All right, so we're going to lead with a Kardashian story. Kim played a key role in helping Dawn Jackson, a New Jersey woman, secure her release from prison after 25 years. Jackson was sentenced for fatally stabbing her step-grandfather in 1999, a man she claims had been sexually abusing her since childhood. And her public defender advised her to plead guilty to first-degree murder, but her history of abuse was never presented in court. Kardashian began advocating for Jackson's release in 2018 after receiving heartfelt letters from her. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy commuted Jackson's 30-year sentence, allowing her to go free 5 years early with parole supervision until 2029. So they didn't they didn't drop her conviction or anything.
But is this
lines.
because of Kim Kardashian?
I don't know. A source said Kim has helped free several people over the years, adding that she remained committed to supporting inmates.
So I've taken a look at some of the cases and some of the people that she's helped. They all seem to have kind of really similar stories. Okay. Like, they've turned things around, came from abusive relationships that landed, or at least whatever, a one poor decision that landed them with an extraordinarily hard sentence. So, okay, yeah. Why not? I mean, that's what the whole thing is for, to kind of give people a second chance. And her story, apparently they wouldn't let any of this extenuating information into the case.
Wow. Kim and Jackson are expected to connect in the coming weeks.
Of the Kardashians, which would you pick to be your lawyer? Would you pick Kim, or would you go from left field and go with Rob?
I was thinking Rob, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's give him a shot.
Right. He could distract everyone with his incredible sock collection.
Right.
I'd go with the lip one.
Kylie?
Yeah, because we'd look great. We'd have great lips.
There we go.
All right.
You're a forward-thinking person. I like that. I didn't even think what I would look like sitting next to my lawyer.
Right.
You with the spectacular lips approach the bench.
Kenan Thompson reportedly left a very generous tip at the Saturday Night Live party over the weekend, at least according to a source that told Page Six. The actor apparently left the tip for $1,500 on top of a $1,400 check. So he paid more than 100%. The after party was held at Zuma in New York City. Thompson is said to have gotten a bone-in ribeye with truffles, while Adam Sandler, who made a surprise cameo on Saturday Night Live that weekend, went for the tuna nigiri.
Now, apparently Sandler is the one who always picks up the check.
Oh, really?
So people have to intercept the check for him. But, those after-show parties are legendary, and they go on to like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Can someone tell my wife to stop intercepting the check, please?
Oh, yeah?
When you go out with a group?
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. And I don't mind it every now and then, but it's every time. Like, I will, Shell scoots off to go to the bathroom, and then no check arrives, and it's always, I took care of it. I'm like, really? Did we talk about this?
You were like, I took care of it,
A
actually.
little discussion there, maybe?
Yeah.
I think she and I see eye to eye on a couple things.
Yeah, but at some point, it's someone else's turn.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Here's the deal.
Yes.
What I'll say this is that
I don't mind picking it up every now and then, but, and it also makes people, I think it makes people feel a little uncomfortable if you're doing that all the time, except maybe Nick.
Yeah. I'll go out to dinner with your wife anytime.
I will always pick up the check when we go out to dinner.
Yeah. In fact, if we go out to dinner and your wife isn't there, I'll be like, can you call? Can we call her,
Shell.
Yeah.
You know what would really round this party out? Your wife.
The one thing that I think you can give to her, which is that sometimes it makes other people feel nice to pick up the check as well.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, and I was going to say, if you're going out with the same group every time, you should, and they're working adults.
Is. Yeah,
it should rotate.
Yeah. All right. The show's musical guest Gracie Abrams was also in attendance at the party with her rumored boyfriend Paul Mescal, and other celebrities included J.J. Abrams, Marcelo Hernandez, and Simu Liu
from Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. All right, so Simu Liu, yes. Was that the star of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still waiting on that sequel.
More people. I know. I liked that.
I enjoyed it.
All right. One of the persistent rumors about Victoria Beckham is that she had something done specifically to her nose. And on yesterday's Today Show, she claimed that that is not the case.
Yeah,
Of course she claimed that.
She said she's just a really good artist. She said, I like to draw.
Oh,
So she's saying she's contouring her nose.
okay.
And that's exactly what
Yeah.
you said. I have to say, there's been a lot of people in the past who have said to me that I've had some kind of surgery on my nose. I have never, ever, ever, ever.
Bullshit.
No, never. It's clever contouring. She
Hey,
said.
listen.
No one's that clever.
No, well, I do the contouring sometimes. You can make your face, like you can change
Wait a second.
features on your face.
Are you saying you really, in actuality, have a huge honker?
No, but I can make it look smaller.
Oh.
Kath, I just watched this woman change her face to look like Chevy Chase from Christmas Vacation. You watch her do this whole thing, and it's just
Is that
makeup.
desirable? You're thinking, start real.
One that I think lip syncing the
She's doing it.
while she's doing it.
Okay, yeah.
Now
we're
it
looking
helps to start.
at absolutely painting. I mean,
The dark on the outside and then that light on the inside.
Yeah.
That is can make your nose look very slimming or
Okay.
slim down your nose.
wow. Yeah, this is freaky, man.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So anyhow, other stories. He may be the king of Tulsa, but in Palm Beach, Sylvester Stallone is just one of the many that live there. Sly is allegedly not taking his neighbors into consideration with a proposed new addition to his property, which is a seaweed barrier in the intercoastal waterway by his mansion. The environmental project, billed as necessary to keep out debris and seaweed from the waterway, is instead being described by the Army Corps as meant to exclude boaters from being near the property, which would be his neighbors because they have boats.
These are my boaters.
Those that
daughters?
live nearby claim they were blindsided by the request.
So he's looking to just kind of have a sort of a private lagoonish type thing going on.
Yeah.
I looked at the property. I do understand the claim of seaweed. If sometimes you have a particular beachfront, my brother-in-law lives across from a beach that is in an area that just it's a beautiful area, but it's always knee deep in seaweed. It just collects there.
Yeah.
So, but you honestly, when you start really, if you change something in one place, it's going to result in something changing in the other places around it.
Yeah, the seaweed's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. So the deadline for comments for
I don't like seaweed.
That's right, it stinks.
Mr. Sloan, you wanted to address the count?
Yes, I don't like seaweed.
actually it does stink.
Yeah.
You know?
It stinks.
Yeah.
Garbage. Coming back from Vietnam, stepping in seaweed.
You travel to Vietnam often?
Not often. But when I come back, I don't like to step in seaweed. It doesn't change the dynamic.
The deadline
Mostly on business.
for comments from concerned residents is 5 p.m. on Christmas Day, by the way.
That's right, it stinks.
A Seaweed Christmas. That could be his movie.
Oh, you're right.
Oh my God! Look, kids, there's no seaweed.
That's perfect for him. So the SAG Awards have announced that Kristen Bell is going to be the host for the 31st annual event.
I approve.
This is not her first time hosting. She had the honor back in 2018 as well. She said, thrilled to be hosting the SAG Awards again this year. I'm honored to be asked back and can't wait to share the evening with my fellow actors doing what we do best, celebrating ourselves.
You know what really sucks about everything being digital is that when SAG Award comes around, we don't get the DVDs
We don't get
anymore.
DVDs. It used to be awesome to get those screener
know.
copies. Yeah.
Yeah,
Seriously.
we are fellow members of the union, and we used to get these great gift packages before the awards would happen, and it was back in the day. You know what I recently told Rochelle? I'm sorry to interrupt, Kathy. I know you want to say something, but you don't get to buy movies and music as gifts anymore for people.
No.
Good
Yeah,
point.
you
I
don't.
still do for people that I know who collect physical media. Like if you're
just not many.
If you're exactly.
Yeah.
It used to be a common go-to.
Go-to. You could buy documentaries or favorite movies or a package of their favorite actors or, of course, CDs and music, and you would give it to someone as a gift, and you just
now you
don't
can
get
do
to
like
do it anymore.
iTunes gift card.
Doesn't
And it's
count.
not the same. When you
Doesn't
unwrap
count.
like the Star Wars saga
Yeah.
Blu-ray collection, it's like, wow.
That's too bad, and that's a whole chunk of gift giving opportunities is gone.
You know, makes a delightful gift. Seaweed.
But give it to someone else, right?
Exactly.
Not you.
That's right, it stinks.
Anyway, Kathy, you were going to say?
No, I was just going to say I was listening to a podcast with Kristen Bell's husband, Dax Shepard, and it just makes you like them so much more. Like he was talking about how they, like they don't have nannies and like they're really into their kids and hanging out with their kids and doing activities and stuff. It just made them like real people, and it made me like her even more.
What's their seaweed situation?
Once those two got together, I started to like him more.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was something about him I didn't like
Well,
before.
it's funny. He actually addressed that in the podcast I was listening to, like how he was that guy and like how he had to tone himself down. And
He was the Ashton Kutcher go-to guy for the prank show.
Yeah.
He was the guy who was always the guy who was kind of the dick setting everything up.
Yeah.
And that was the reputation he had.
SAG Awards February 23rd, by the way. Wicked, the first film, just titled Wicked. The second film, which comes out next year, has an official title now.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Wickeder?
No.
Oh.
Wicked Seaweed. No.
oh my God. Are you serious?
No, it's called Wicked for Good.
I want to ask you something. If you can do magic, can you make the seaweed outside my house disappear?
The first movie has been gold at the box office, grossing $359 million domestically, more than $524 million worldwide.
Casey,
since
you're
premiere.
the only one who's seen it amongst us?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right. I want to see it.
Me too.
Oh, yeah. It looks, a couple of the songs, I have yet to listen to it, but I bought the original Broadway soundtrack.
Yeah.
I haven't invested the time yet to listen to it, but some of the songs caught me, I have to say.
Yeah, Casey, I haven't seen it or watched it, and I don't really know much about the Broadway play. First of all, does it match the Broadway?
Yeah.
And then does the movie, is there like a cliffhanger at the end of this one?
Stallone and a white beater.
I mean, not a cliffhanger in the classic sense,
But it needs a part two.
It needs a part two.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And what I was worried about, because Defying Gravity is the song.
That's
right?
the song, right?
And listen, I'm not like an expert on the Broadway show or
Okay.
anything like that, but for some reason, I just thought like Defying Gravity was like the show-stopping. And I didn't think we were going to get it in the first movie, and we do, and that's kind of like how the first.
Let me
movie
ask you
ends.
something. From
Yeah.
a number of people that I know who are rabid for Wicked, they really enjoyed the movie, but they thought Defying Gravity, the number, was a little underwhelming in the movie. Did you feel that?
Well, it's just different because you're so used to seeing it live,
Right.
right? And there's something about seeing that live where Elphaba literally starts flying above
Yeah.
the stage, and she's hitting these notes while hovering over the stage. And so when essentially all of that is in the can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
It takes away
Yes.
from that live, but it's still.
It's still impressive?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Wicked for Good. Here's the good thing. It's not going to be like 2 years that we have to wait. November 21st, 2025. So that's
There we
not
go.
too bad. Yeah, and it'll be another big holiday box office explosion next year. Criminals in Cabot Cove may once again tremble in fear. Jessica Fletcher is back. The crime-solving author, originally portrayed for 12 seasons on the CBS series Murder, She Wrote by the late Angela Lansbury, is reportedly going to be coming back in a feature film. No.
It's not the one.
Jessica, no!
It's not a zombie film. Stallone is the hero of that.
What's going on here? I'm trying to get rid of my seaweed, and there's this old zombie bitch attacking me.
No, Jamie Lee Curtis
Okay,
is
yeah.
considered the front runner for the role. What is this?
You remember this song?
No,
Murder, She Wrote.
I don't remember this at all. Was this the theme?
Yeah. No, this is.
I mean, this is clearing our seaweed.
Other than the news that the script is what? By Lauren Shooker Bloom and Rebecca Angelo, the duo behind the GameStop drama Dumb Money. No other details have been announced as of yet.
So as far as crime, whodunits, the show was great. She was great. It was never too much. And that's why it was so successful. Also, the median age of the person watching it was 2000.
What's the latest one that they just rebooted?
Matlock.
Matlock.
Yeah,
That's good though, right?
I've watched 2 or 3 episodes. It's funny. It's like current, and I went in sort of like I got nothing else to watch, and it was on TV or whatever, and it's really well done.
Nice. Here's another one if you like whodunits, and you know when a show is a big hit, and that's when it's renewed a couple of weeks after its debut. A Man on the Inside, the Netflix series starring Ted Danson, has officially been given a second season.
You're a fan, right?
We loved it.
So what is the conceit of A Man on the Inside?
So there's a woman that runs a detective agency, and she gets a client that needs to find out about a theft that has taken place at a retirement home.
Right. Is that Ted Danson?
No. So she needs someone to be essentially somebody who lives there and can investigate the residents. So she puts an ad in the paper. Ted Danson's a widow, and he's kind of finding himself with nothing to do. He's a retired professor, and he sees this, and he's like, sounds kind of interesting. So they check him in as a resident, and he goes around and he reports back to the detective what he finds out.
Okay.
And it's written by the same people that did The Good Place.
Yes, which is very funny.
And a few other actors that are in that because, you know, obviously Ted Danson was one of the stars of that show. Find their way in and out of the cast, and it's kind of fun to see that
Heartfelt?
happen. It's very heartfelt.
All right.
Yes.
Is it funny?
It is very funny.
Okay. It keeps coming across on
Yeah,
my...
you should watch it. It's an easy watch. They're 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Sally Struthers is in it.
Oh, cool.
And she's great.
Yeah.
There's a few other people that you'll recognize. So they've given it an official second season. Series creator Mike Schur said of the renewal, "We're thrilled to make another season of A Man on the Inside starring young and up-and-comer Ted Danson. From our partners at Netflix and Universal TV to the writers, cast, crew, it's truly exceptional team of talented and lovely people, with one notable exception, young up-and-comer Ted Danson, who is kind of a nightmare." It debuted atop Netflix's most popular English TV list and has remained in the top 10 for 3 weeks since release. It was also named one of AFI 2024 TV Programs of the Year, and Ted Danson has been nominated for a Golden Globe for his performance by an actor in a comedy series. Season 2 will premiere in 2025. But it's moments of hilarity, of sadness, of heartfelt, love, and there's a
like shrinking and
father-daughter relationship. Yeah, it's great. You guys will love it. All right. Also, this is great. The highly anticipated third season of The White Lotus has a premiere date and a trailer.
Did you watch it?
I did. The HBO series will be centered on an exclusive Thai resort and follows various guests and employees over the span of a week. And there's a ton of people on this show. I picked out some of the names that I know to highlight. Season 3, Leslie Bibb, Carrie Coon, Walton Goggins, Jason Isaacs, Michelle Monaghan, who is great in Bad Monkey.
Yeah.
Parker Posey. Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Nicholas Duvernay, Scott Glenn. So that's just scratching the surface.
So Jennifer Coolidge is really not...
She's really not in it, but the spa owner in the first season that she befriended is in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the focus is on the younger couple, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not sure.
I watched season 1. I'm only like an episode or whatever into season 2.
I thought season 2 was better.
Was better than season 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
All right.
I mean, I liked them both, but season 2 gets even
It
more
gets
intense.
weird and
Do you watch anybody take a dump into a suitcase at all?
Not in this one.
No, but there's some things you do watch.
Yes, there is.
There's an uncomfortable scene with an uncle.
Yes, there is.
All right. I'm on.
Keep watching.
Yeah, man. It's like, whoa.
How'd that happen?
All right, anyhow, the series will debut February 16th on HBO, so it's coming along soon, gang, and will be available for stream on Max as well. And then, Nick, I wanted to mention this for you because the popular Apple TV Plus sci-fi series Silo has been given 2 more seasons, which will wrap up its story. So it's going to be a 4-season arc.
Yeah, Steve, I was telling Preston and Casey yesterday when I was sick last week, I got completely caught up on Silo.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
And I love it. It's my favorite show right now. And it's if you liked the first 4 seasons of Lost, there's a lot of Lost elements. Rebecca Ferguson's the star. She is phenomenal in it. Tim Robbins is really good. You don't know if he's a good guy or bad guy. And it's this dystopian future show, and you just don't know what's going on. There's a lot of mystery, but really well well done.
It looks really enticing.
Yeah,
so maybe over the time off, I'll take it out for a spin.
I saw it advertised a bunch for season 1, and I was just like, I don't know about this.
There seemed to be too many shows that were like that on at the same time.
I couldn't agree more. And then I got sucked into this one. I'm like, damn, man, this. I kept coming back for more.
All right, good.
So the series is currently midway through season 2. It was renewed for seasons 3 and 4, at which point the story will conclude. Apple CEO Tim Cook announced the news, saying excited to share the Silo will return for a 3rd and 4th season. It stars Rebecca Ferguson, who we love, as one of the last 10,000 people on Earth who live in a mile-deep home, protecting them from a toxic and deadly world above ground. All right, we should get to clips. Let's do it now. Getaway is a chilling tale about a family vacation gone awry when the island is inhabited by a serial killer. And here, director Stefan Harz talks about having his dreams come by, I assume dreams come true, by working on the film with Nick Frost. Here we go.
So he wrote a script and he would star in it, and he also co-produces the film. So, I mean, for me, this was just the best intro of a chat you could have with someone about their script.
Could you shut up?
Getaway is in theaters now. Here's our next clip. Playing a notable real-life character requires intense studying. In this clip, Angelina Jolie discusses what she learned while becoming an opera singer, Maria Callas, in the new film Maria.
I was very moved by her. I knew she was under a lot of pressure. Her mother wasn't very kind to her. There was a lot of pressure around her when she worked. She had so much self-discipline, but I think it was also part of survival. I felt the more I learned about her, the more I really loved her and admired her.
Maria is streaming on Netflix now.
That keeps coming up too on my Netflix.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks. The preview looks good.
It's a movie on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, those aren't usually not that great. I just watched Carry On yesterday.
How was it?
It served the purpose.
A lot of them are just meant to do that.
Killer.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours.
Yeah.
Gets me through the afternoon.
Yep.
What's Carry On?
It's with Taron Egerton and actually
yeah.
Jason Bateman.
I do feel like
he
they're getting.
extorts him to allow him to bring something aboard the flight, correct?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you didn't like that?
No, it was fine. It's serviceable. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, see, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
And I was gonna say I thought that the Netflix movies, because I felt the same way you did. I think they're getting a little bit better.
yeah, I know, but like when there's gunshots inside an airport,
Oh, yeah, I know.
and
Yeah.
the authorities don't, rain down and descend upon, several gunshots. Like, okay, I don't buy it.
Yeah, all right.
It's a movie.
All right, well, that's our little entertainment roundup for you this morning. I would like to do something very special. I would like to invite you to our Christmas Miracle live broadcast. It's on Thursday, 2 days.
Christmas Miracle!
Yeah.
Yeah!
And we are headed to our new home of the Christmas Miracle, which is the Colonial Theater. I just got an email from somebody who went to the Colonial Theater for the first time. They were like, oh my God, I love this place.
Oh, it's terrific.
And so if you are caller number 20 at 215-263-WMMR, you are cordially invited to join us for the live broadcast where we will be giving away loads of prizes to loads of people throughout the course of the morning. We're going to play some games. We're going to draw some stuff. We have some special guests that are going to be stopping by. And we have just taking a look at some of the things that we have to give away. And it spans the gamut. So we got everything from Sixers tickets to a stock car racing experience to Flyers tickets to a weekend stay at the Borgata, Disney on Ice. We have Cirque du Soleil, tickets to Metallica. We're going to give away things like a Phoenix beach buggy. We have Yamaha e-bikes that will be given away.
Pretty amazing.
We have Jabra earbuds, JBL boom boxes. We have electric scooters. We have an ice bath that we are going to give away too.
The trendy thing.
So just these cool prizes and these lumped together packages that we will have your chance to win. Just a way to say thank you for the year and being a longtime listener of the show. We'll have some trivia questions that may pertain to our program to test your knowledge there, but otherwise, You getting up early and putting on your ugly sweater to come and join us is enough to let us know that you're a fan of the program. So caller number 20, 215-263-WMMR. MMR is presented by Phoenixville First and Miller Lite as well, the ugly sweater edition. So make sure that you are dressed appropriately and you might win beer for a year.
Love it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back in a moment. More giveaways throughout the course of the program too. And I'll share with you what we have coming up on today's show if you have not heard as of yet when we get back. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.
I just thought of something else I did one time. But immediately, here I am as an adult thinking, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. One time we were doing a promotion at the Granite Run Mall with Y100, and we had we used to take a little putter and a putting green, and we would do a putting contest.
Yeah.
'Cause when you go to these promotions, you have a little game. People can play, come on, and when. So we're out there, and we're bored. Nobody's coming out there. And I decide to take the putter and take a full-on driver swing.
No, you didn't.
To the golf ball. Or I was pretending to. I was going to swing over the ball. And, of course, I'm aiming right at the parking lot. And we were there was like a tent sale going out there or something. So there was a wide open area where nobody was parked. But about 50 yards away, there were cars. I swung at this thing. I hit the ball. And it goes over and thunk and hits the side of a car. Big, huge dent in the side of it. And I tell an intern, I go, go get the golf ball. Go get the golf ball right now. Go get it. So they ran and got the golf ball, and I go, put the whole golf ball thing away. Put the whole putting green thing away.
Appearance over. Appearance over.
It's over.
Yeah.
Attention.
We've got our winner.
So put the golf ball away.
Appearance over.
And sure enough, like 10 minutes later, somebody comes walking out, and they look at the side of their car, and it's got a big dent in it, and I didn't fess up to it.
All right. How many years ago?
You're 15, 16.
You're an adult man.
I know. Wow. Here I am.
Oh my
I'm confessing it right now.
Now,
that was not cool.
Don't say. But do you remember what kind of car or what color it was or anything like that? Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay.
But it was. I remember them looking down and them looking around, and here I.
People do that all the time.
Hands in my pocket.
Didn't we have a potato gun at one event? And we had it. It was like on a mortar, and we shot it into the parking lot. And didn't we hit a car?
Nope, that never happened. Nope, I think there was another show.
You come to any of our events, park far away.
I regret it. I should. I wouldn't mind making good on that.
Well, listen,
not really.
What are you gonna buy a new car 15 years later?
I heard what you said, you son of a bitch. I spent years trying to figure out how that happened. I thought it was my fault.
Yeah, what would you guys say would be like a movie
Star
theme
Wars?
or score? Yes, Casey, it's number one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to-
no, it's all right.
No, you were asked.
That got 24% of the votes. Almost a quarter of people surveyed cited that as the most memorable.
What percentage are John Williams scores at the top?
Yeah, it's probably Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
Nope, it's just the one.
Oh.
So because after that
007?
Nope, Saturday Night Fever.
Okay.
Bee Gees.
Yep, so Night Fever, Night Fever.
Stay alive, stay alive.
Or Staying Alive, I guess.
Stay alive.
You know what that needed?
And you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty dancing.
13%.
But that's not a theme song. It's not like when the movie started, it was like, now I had. No, like that's.
We're dirty dancing, dirty dancing.
By the way, I saw
He's right
that.
though. There's no dirty dancing theme.
No.
There are songs within Dirty Dancing that are songs.
By the way, I saw on a commercial the other day for some food product. They used Hungry Eyes from that soundtrack as well.
Yes.
Hungry Eyes.
What's that other? She's like the wind.
Hungry Eyes.
I mean, my favorite song from that movie is this one.
I love this.
Who's this hula hana of come on, I wanna hula back.
What were the hits from the soundtrack? You had that. You had the
You had Hungry Eyes, you had Time in My Life. Those were the two biggies.
right, and then She's Like the Wind.
She's Like the Wind was in that as
and
well.
that's Patrick Swayze singing that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
They had so many hits that were already songs. That it was such a popular album that they made two of them.
What was the one? Hey, lover boy. Remember when they were
How do you call your lover boy?
lip syncing that one?
I simply say.
What was that?
I simply say, baby.
Oh, yeah.
My sweet baby.
Here you go. We have the list.
Do you remember the Dirty Dancing tour that happened?
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Be My Baby, Hungry Eyes, Stay. Oh, from the Zodiacs. Oh.
Is that?
Oh, won't you stay? Jesus Christ. And then it says yes. There were more songs in this.
What's yes?
I don't know. But it was by Mary Clayton. So
I was in 7th grade when that movie came out, and I remember kids on the bus listening to that record because it was so popular, and it was such a resurgence for that type of music, for that style of music, and for that age of music.
Well, really,
that they put out a second record.
The Big Chill was, I think
similar.
Two years prior to that, and that, I mean, that was an entire summer that I lived off of that soundtrack.
So we're looking at the track listing here for Dirty Dancing. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Was that it?
No.
Different one?
I wanna know
if you feel
Overload. Don't know that one. Off the title. I'm sure we know every single one of these songs. Love is Strange. I think that's the one, Kathy. Hey, lover boy.
Okay.
Why don't you come over here a little?
Hey, boy. My name is Man-Thing. Why don't you come over here and let's dance? Baby. I'm dirty dancing all over your face.
Just try not to move.
Don't move. This hurts.
Now do the lift.
We're filthy dancing. I'll lift you up.
Remember that remake?
A day after the season 13 finale of America's Got Talent, finalist Michael Ketterer was arrested for domestic violence.
Whoa.
Well, it shows the system works because he only came in 5th place.
Well, what did he do? Was he a singer or what?
He packed luggage.
No, I don't know. Michael Ketterer is his name, and I don't know what he did. We're looking at a picture of him with his arms open at a microphone, so that leads to believe that he may
did a
have
John
been
McCain impression.
a singer and impersonated John McCain. So those are the two things you can clearly get from this photograph here.
He's going to be playing a Vegas casino.
It's uncanny.
Yeah.
He just does John McCain and that's it?
Yeah.
What would it be like if John McCain sang the songbook of Air Supply?
A loving tribute to
one of our nation's heroes and the kings of soft rock.
I don't even have any Air Supply.
One of our nation's heroes. You probably do on here.
lost without you.
I'm sorry. That
I knew you were right for leaving me so long.
That's
Very specific talent.
It was the greatest John McCain Air Supply show I've ever seen.
And I'm bringing back my whole family. It's patriotic and it's romantic.
All right. So anyhow, I guess he was a singer and a John McCain impersonator. This is a student pilot,
Yes.
and I have not heard this yet.
Student pilot is soloing for the first time. So they've got their lessons,
Yep,
and now
she's-
they're going to take it up and fly it by themselves.
Yeah. So she spent many hours training.
Yes.
And ready for her solo flight. And
Upon takeoff, she's in flight, and they notice one of her wheels, it's fixed wheels, has fallen off
okay,
the aircraft.
We have the audio of this, and I haven't heard it yet.
Maggie, this is John. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, you're doing a great job flying the airplane. Keep doing what you're doing. We got plenty of time. You got plenty of fuel. We got plenty of daylight. So just try to relax. And you always heard me say go back to basics. So we're going to work the basics here as much as possible, okay? Keep everything as normal as you can.
All right.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm getting choked up listening to this.
Seriously, I'm tearing up.
He's a calming voice, though. That's somebody I would want to speak to on the other end.
Beautiful job, Maggie. You got a whole bunch of people clapping for you up here.
She landed.
Great Great work. Thank you.
Good job, Maggie. Excellent job.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Wow.
I was nervous. Listen, I love flying in those small aircraft. It's really exciting.
It's awesome.
There's no way. And I have flown one. I told you my wife's uncle let me fly over Sweden, and I held the, I took control of the plane for at least an hour by myself. He was right next to me and had controls as well. But the idea of landing or taking off or anything like that, no,
here's what I would do, okay? What you did, I would have the Fisher-priced wheel.
Oh, just to pretend?
To sit there like Maggie does with the dry. And that's how I do it.
Oh, after I rode on the Avatar ride down in Disney World last year.
They gave you a pilot's
You became
license?
a pilot?
No,
He's an
fly.
astronaut now.
All right, do me a favor. All right, I want you to calm down. It's like we've done many times on Pandora. All right? What's your name? Casey. Casey, okay. We're going to fly right by. You're going to see a whole bunch of floating boulders. You've seen it many times before. All right? All right? Is your ponytail attached to your bird of prey? It is? Okay.
We're going through the flying boulder field.
That's all it is. They're just floating boulders.
But after riding that ride.
Viewers of the American reality series The Bachelor are often told to buckle up for the most dramatic rose ceremony ever.
I love you.
But now the show's Vietnamese version has actually delivered on this. And I watched it.
Yeah?
And so it's the same. It's with this corny music. It's the whole, the difference is they're just speaking a different language. But it's, is that I love you?
I don't know what I love you is in Vietnamese.
No, but I like the delivery. So in this clip that has gone viral now, a contestant vying for the heart of Bachelor, his name is Nguyen Quoc Trung.
I am Bachelor.
Shocks viewers when she confesses her love for another contestant.
Oh my God!
Ooh.
She's a lesbian.
So that's never happened before. So you've had, a girl fall in love with another contestant as opposed to The Bachelor. So
it's okay.
She tells
It's all right.
She tells Trung in a video, "I went into this competition to find love." Her name is Minh Thu. And she tearfully tells him, "But I've found love for myself, but it isn't you, it's someone else." Thu then walks over to contestant Truc Nhu.
Don't you do advertisements for that?
That's Truc Nhu.
Oh, okay.
Sell them for less.
I'm like,
Sell
what?
for less, Jack. Tell Toyota, man. No, not Truc Nhu.
Tomorrow night on the Vietnamese Bachelor, Truck you.
Truc Nhu.
Jack, sell them for less.
Jack, sell them for less.
I love you. I'm not the Jack.
Truc Nhu.
Okay.
Who is holding a rose from Trung. And Thu asks Nhu, "Come home
What you
with
gonna
me."
do?
She says, "Come home with me, yeah?" Nhu then heads back to stand before Trung. She says, "I'm sorry. I really want to get to know you because you're someone who made me feel special, and I haven't felt that way in a long time."
I tell you what, the bachelorettes on this show are
they're gorgeous.
quite stunning.
Yeah, The Bachelor weighs in asking you, "If you decide this, would you feel regretful?" "This doesn't change my decision," he tells her.
Are you going to sell them for less?
"I'm not going to give this rose to anyone else." Truck.
Sell them for less.
Where's that voice coming from?
You only get one chance in this life, and you need to take it. Only you.
Who's Jack?
Not anyone else. I want to let you know that I think you'll have regret if you continue with what you're about to say.
Wow.
So the show's host chimes in, telling Truc Nhu,
Sell them for less.
Jack,
no.
sell them for less.
Says you have a connection with Trung that made him choose you. You should give yourself a chance. Don't pass it up. But Nhu seems to have made up her mind and gives him back the rose. She said, "I know you'll find somebody who really loves you, who understands you, who knows how to take care of you, who can look at you from afar and know how you're feeling. I'm sorry." And then the two women left together. But that's not how it ended.
Oh, really?
What happened?
Truc Nhu decided to return after...
I can never sell them for less. My heart is broken, and I have no inventory at this time.
You know what else I noticed?
Ooh.
Just notice more things.
I noticed that
Not just product renaming.
the Cold War
The Cold War. CW.
could have been a world war.
TCW.
But a cache of Soviet jokes that was compiled by CIA agents during the Cold War has been released among a cache of declassified documents.
Soviet jokes designed for what purpose?
It's hard to say because they mainly make fun of the Soviet Union. So all the jokes were told between Soviets, but picked up later on. Comedian Doogie Horner is going to be stopping in the studio at 9 o'clock hour. We're going to have actual live vocal performance today by a group called the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir. And these guys are incredible. And we saw them on an Instagram video, and they happen to be in the area right around the holidays. So conductor Jeremy Jordan is going to bring by 25 of the members. I think there's over 60 people.
I think you're right, yeah.
In this group.
There's a whole hell of a lot of them.
Yeah.
They're not performing in the area, but they do have a Christmas album that they're promoting as well.
Okay.
So.
All right. So that's great. So we will have them sing a couple of songs this morning, which is going to be wonderful. But right now, and we haven't done this in a few weeks, actually, so they've backed up, but I have got some surveys to tell you about. And a lot of them actually are holiday related. So we're going to do Survey Says. And we're going to start with one that refers to a term in its survey that I have never heard of before, and that is something called resting gift face. All right.
What is it?
So the expression that someone gives intentionally or not when they get a gift that confuses them or misses the mark.
Oh.
We've all done this. We've all seen it.
So they polled 2,000 U.S. adults to look into the practice of using resting gift face. And so they asked, how can you tell if someone isn't happy with a gift? And these are some of the results of the survey. 24% said avoiding eye contact is the biggest sign.
Right.
Followed by showing a fake smile. That was 20%.
These are sort of given, right?
16% changing the tone of their voice. And another 16% said talking too much about how great the gift looks.
I've always wanted this thing.
Oh, it's a can of Simon Eyes.
A bowling ball.
A blue ball. I have done this I don't know how many times, and I have a moment, a conflicted moment, where it's like, do I say that,
I don't want any Steins.
I already have this. I don't want this.
I don't collect snow babies.
What do you expect me to do with this?
Yeah.
See, I teach Jays because we, especially when they're kids and they're like, I already got this. Or, I'm like, no, you say thank you, you love it, and walk away. And if you don't like it, we can talk about it later.
That's really what you should do. And a lot of times, though, it's hard unless you're really adept at a good poker face or you can hide it. The instant thing is, oh my God, when somebody gets excited, that's how you know. Home run. Okay, this is what they wanted. Sometimes there's that kind of, you have to explain it to them, oh, I could use this. But when you get something that's like completely sucks, it's
almost like,
or that you can't figure out.
Right out of the old man in A Christmas Story, yeah. I think when someone says what the gift is out loud in kind of a certain tone, the way he says a can of Simon Eyes, like you can tell. Oh, it's a beer stein.
Right. It's a snow baby.
About that?
A precious moment's big here.
So 56% of the respondents cleverly conceal their true feelings with their resting gift face, and 57% believe that they've mastered it. They know how to do it. They can pull the wool over the eyes.
I think to be legitimately, I'm pretty good at selling it, because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, especially if they put some thought into the thing. I think the best thing to do is if you have one of those heaters in the room, the furnaces, if you can throw it in that immediately.
Yeah.
I'm never going to use this.
Yeah, just absolutely rip the Band-Aid off.
But
I'm good.
It will keep the house warm for a while.
I'm good too.
Yeah.
I don't think you don't
want to hurt someone's feelings.
You would never know unless I want you to know.
Okay. And I want you to know.
Here are the go-to responses for a disliked gift. This is what people will say.
All right.
To try to hide the fact that they love it. 27% say, thank you for thinking of me.
Yes.
23% said, oh, I love it.
What about 21? What did I ever do to you?
21% said, I really appreciate this. 13% of you shouldn't have. No, really, you shouldn't have.
I hate it.
And 13% will say, "What a thoughtful present."
Yeah, those are very antiseptic. Oh, you gave me a thing for the holidays.
Yep.
There's a message on the YouTube stream, Preston, from Cast Iron Kyle. He says, Preston had resting gift face when I gave him my hot sauce at Camp Out.
Box marked Goodwill that you put things into.
Put it right in there.
immediately.
This is going to go to good use.
Yes.
Yes.
Someone will enjoy this. Not me, but someone will enjoy this.
So resting gift face. Have you ever... I mean, I remember as a kid being upset at what I got. Like,
Yeah.
the
Well,
clothes and that
Kathy's
whole
point,
thing.
yeah.
I mean, not just like, oh, I already have this, but it's like,
Are you kidding me? What? What?
And it's like you're missing the whole point.
I
of-
hate you. No, yeah,
How
you
could
can't do
you-
that as an adult.
How could you do this?
Simonize,
Yeah.
I despise you.
But it happens.
We're taught better as adults. You should be thankful for someone thought of you. And you also, if you've ever been on the side of someone has no idea what to get someone, you should be able to commiserate, right?
I have a gift, and Casey, I'm not saying you did resting gift face at all. It was years and years ago, but I've never seen you wear it. It was, and I loved it. And if you don't want it, I'll take it back.
Okay.
It was the hat that had the beard attached to it.
Oh, my God, dude.
I've never seen you wear that. I love that thing.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was one of the hardest I've ever laughed with my father, because my father was still alive at the time. Like, we all wore, and in fact, I might even have a picture of him wearing it.
No kidding.
And him, like, you could see him, like, crying, laughing.
that was
yeah, let me
great.
see if I can find that.
Okay.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wore your Dukakis
Pajamas?
Footy
jammies.
pajamas.
Yeah, footy pajamas.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, but that was a gag gift. That wasn't really
Yeah.
meant to be a practical, you just
It turned
said
out to be
one
practical, yeah.
time, yeah.
So anyhow, if you use resting gift face, just make sure you work on it in the mirror ahead of time.
Practice.
Because more than likely it's going to happen to most of us. You get something that's kind of underwhelming.
Don't say things like, "Why do you hate me?"
Yeah, it's probably not a good call. So
I'll find that later, but
that's
I
all good.
definitely, yeah.
All right, next survey. All right, survey says this one's about holiday parties, company holiday parties. This is a new Stitch Fix survey that finds that half of respondents admit that they are tempted to skip the event because of what they call outfit stress. They're not sure what to wear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a standard holiday party, not an office holiday party.
No, company holiday party.
Company holiday
Oh,
party.
company? I
Yeah, I
wouldn't be
thought there was a delineation that's different.
I wouldn't be worried about, at least
No.
this company, I wouldn't be worried about what to wear. But I have had events where I'm like, I'm not going. I don't have anything. I'm not going.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever canceled going to an event. I've canceled for other reasons, but because I didn't want to go. But
I don't think I've ever actually canceled, but like I've gotten to the point where I'm not going.
I have diarrhea.
Well, no, and I'll call my best friend who has been in the fashion industry since we were 16 years old. And I'm like, I'm not going if I don't find something. She's like, FaceTime me. Let's go through your closet.
So apparently it's worse for younger employees as the number jumps to 57% for Gen Z staffers. It turns out the biggest concern of those polled is dressing both appropriately and stylishly in a festive setting with their professional colleagues.
I think these days, though, you can get away with a smart casual, especially for a holiday party, unless you're going to a black tie holiday party.
Yeah, but to me, that's what's like harder is something that's casual, but you want to look good, you want to look
Right.
stylish. And I think that this has to be geared towards females.
It has
I
to.
don't think you guys care as much. Or
No,
wouldn't
I made a big
go.
mistake. You remember to our holiday party that we had a while ago, I wore something that was completely backless. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
I should not have done that.
But I mean, there are some people that are still looking to climb the corporate ladder or make an impression. And so
Hey, look at my jugs.
They think about it, yeah. So fashion experts say the key is to find an outfit that fits your personal fashion sense, but is still suitable for a work event. Specifically, the pros advise avoiding anything too revealing, Steve, like the backless.
Yes, yeah. It was
and
my
say
mistake. I admit it.
That if you have to question it around your coworkers, don't wear it.
Wow, you sure are a fan of Thor.
One of my pet peeves, it just gets under my skin, and it's not, there's no ill will or anything like that. But when people dress inappropriately for an event, and I'm not talking, boobs out or something like that,
Right.
but if it's a black tie and they came in, pants, or
Right.
if it's a very casual event and they come in some, backless plunging neckline dress.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Dress for the occasion.
Dress for the, and you're going to the event. You know what it is. You know what you should be wearing.
Something that's I get that. I remember years ago, and it stuck with me. My friend's sister. We were all going to a wedding, and you're supposed to, by default, let the spotlight be on the bride,
Yeah,
right? That's
yes.
the big thing.
Yeah.
She shows up in this silver, skin tight, fully like backless. Top ass crack. I'm like, what in the F?
Shimmering
And
through the wedding.
Women and people were like, you son of a bitch. You're clearly looking to steal the spotlight from the bride.
Didn't somebody wear
So
some,
that
like-
would be what you're talking about, right? Something that's that inappropriate.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yes. At my wedding?
No, I thought it was a funeral.
Yes.
I know. I can't. No.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
I can't say who it is, but she has some notoriety. You would know who she is, and she came to a funeral so inappropriately dressed. Our jaws were on the floor. We were like, "What is she wearing?"
What? My muff is covered.
Wow.
Steve barely was her muff covered.
Wow.
Kathy,
Wow.
I want to point this out because I enjoyed it so much. You said today that you're dressed like Frank Costanza from Seinfeld, and it's spot on. This is you making fun of yourself or your own outfit. So check out Kathy's outfit on the YouTube stream because
Oh my God.
she does. She looks like
Monochromatic.
yeah.
So
She looks like she's starting her first day at Jack LaLanne.
So I have a really long day. I'm not going to be home until this evening,
Yeah.
and I have to take my 3-year-old niece with me all day. I wanted to make sure I was comfortable because we have a lot of running around to do. So I wear my comfy outfit, but I looked in the mirror and I was like, you look like you belong at a retirement
Do me a
community.
favor. Stand out on City Line with a cup and see if people put money in it.
You're not going down to Delaware at all, are you, by any chance?
I'm not. No, why are you? Do you
I
want to go
have
to
to-
Total Wine?
No. I have to go to Christiana, Delaware to go get the Jabra earphones,
you wanted me to go get
headphones. It's so far away. But this is for Christmas Miracle.
You'll do it.
And I'm just looking for somebody else to go.
Some accompaniment.
No, I have my. We do this every year. We have a spa day with my 3-year-old niece, and so she's getting a manicure and a pedicure, and we're going to lunch, and then we have some Christmas shopping to do because then I get her for the rest of the day.
Did she make you dress like this today? Okay.
She did, but I wanted to be comfy.
And could you
Preston.
dress like Frank Costanza?
Well, happy
Sure, sweetie.
Happy Festivus.
Yes, thank you.
So anyhow, that's a look into office party, company holiday parties, and maybe how you should dress. All right, survey says. Another one. These are the hardest people to shop for during the holidays. This is a poll of 2,000 Americans who celebrate the winter holidays, and the new survey suggests that the following people are most difficult. So
I can name one at the
Go
top
ahead.
of my list, Jeff Bezos. I have no idea what to get him.
What do you get him?
No
No.
idea.
So the hardest people to shop for, according to this survey, are partners and spouses at 21%, followed by kids at 14%, and then mom at 13%. I can see the reason I see that is because if you're in a partnership where you're doing things for each other year round, or you are experiencing things together year round, it's Rochelle and I are at a place where, like, if I want something, I will get it already, and I don't need you to get it for me. And it's our money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That too.
That dynamic will work its way in eventually. Like, we're going to do stuff for the house. We're doing stuff with the kitchen this year. And then just to simply, to get something doesn't make any sense. And I love Christmas. I used to do the full Advent calendar. Claire would get something every day leading up to it. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing it. But at a certain point, you kind of have a lot of what you need. And so I'm good at keeping a list year round, but I can see how that becomes the thing. If you're going to, like you guys did, your backyard, that becomes something you're going to kind of your gift to yourself.
And we can say, let's call that our Christmas gift for us this year.
Right. We have
and then we end up buying gifts anyway.
We have an agreement in my house.
You do?
Yes.
Don't do what Preston does.
Well, no, listen. I got a swim spa.
Yeah.
So I don't need anything. And then we're also, we're going to Italy in March for my son's rugby tour. And so we really, we're good. So, but I go, is this real? Is this like real? Like, you know, and
Yeah.
it's stocking stuffers only, and that's it.
Well,
Okay.
I think
better not get screwed
there
over
has
this
to be.
one.
You have to have something under the tree to open up. I
Yeah.
think that's part of the deal, and it can be whatever. But the morning you have to open up something under the tree. I think that's part of the deal, and that could be something wrapped in your stocking. But
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, and I always acquiesce to my feeling of I'm going to get something anyway.
Yeah.
So I always say whatever deal you think you have, you don't have a deal.
So, according to the survey, people spend an average of 9 hours trying to pick the perfect present for the most difficult person to shop for on their list. 9 hours of looking for the perfect gift. Wow. 22% of respondents wait until after Thanksgiving to start holiday shopping. This is just general information on shopping for the holidays. 12% wait until the week before or even the week of for their gift exchange.
The beer stein store is closed.
The average American plans to give 16 presents this holiday season, including to kids, partners, pets, and in-laws. By the way, how many times right now, I don't know about you guys, how often are you getting deliveries a day?
Oh my God. Multiple.
Yes.
Multiple
Like we
deliveries.
had yesterday, like 3 within 3 hours.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I had to pick Jace up at his friend's house yesterday, and I pulled in their driveway, and all of the Amazon boxes were lined at the street. It was recycling day for their neighborhood, and I laughed because it was so many. And while I was in their driveway waiting for Jace, I heard the men who were picking up the trash. They went, "Wow!"
Really?
It was like our curb was completely lined.
They've seen a lot.
I order a lot from Amazon to begin with, so that's we're pretty consistent. You can do the thing, especially around the holidays, though, as you're putting your stuff together. You can make sure that you have it all part of one order. If you've ordered over a couple of days, you kind of
Yeah, it says package less packages.
right, less impact on the environment and so on and so forth.
But we're ordering from Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Personalization Mall, you know,
Adam and
Eve. These different, Adam and Eve. You know, all these different places. So they're coming from all over.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just,
multiple
we're getting
times.
multiple stocks every day. And the ones that are being delivered to us that are gifts from relatives because we don't live,
Yeah.
you know, our family's all far away. So we're getting those deliveries
Does
too.
Parker have the 1,000-yard stare yet?
He's an Amazon delivery guy.
yeah.
And yes, I saw it on my way to work this morning. He has a day off. He comes walking down the stairs at 4:05 a.m. as I'm leaving. I'm like, what are you doing?
He's just
I've been up all night.
Oh my God.
But he was just playing video games like
Yeah.
it's his
okay.
day off. So, but yeah, he's in a different frame of mind right now.
My brother and sister-in-law had a great Amazon delivery caught on their Ring camera. So they have this. My sister-in-law bought this giant Santa. I mean, he's probably 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
And it's in right next to their front door. And Santa stands with one hand up. And so the Amazon delivery guy, he delivered the package, took the picture like he was supposed to, and then you see him before he leaves. He jumps up and high fives
Yes.
Santa, and then like sticks his hands up in the air like Rocky, and goes back to the
That's
the
great.
truck. It was
Hey,
great.
I have a question, and I should probably ask my son this, but we don't have him. He's asleep by now.
Wake him up.
When you thank your driver on your Amazon Alexa, Rochelle was telling me, she says they get $5 every time you do that. I don't know if that's true or not.
I would like to find
I think
out.
that's a rumor. If someone could verify that, that would be great because we will do that as soon as we get deliver. Rochelle will say, "Alexa, thank my driver."
So here's what I do is I will go on. I go online to track package. The thumbs up. I give a thumbs up, and then I go. I click the above and beyond, and then I submit the compliment. But I also, around this time, as we're getting into the thick of it, I like to keep some cards with some just cash to the ones who consistently deliver to the house because they're really busting their asses.
So this program is legit. This is from Amazon.com. So it's Amazon and Alexa and Jeffrey Bezos. And every time you offer $5 by saying thank you to the eligible drivers, they're going to count up to 2 million thank yous, concluding the promo with this $5 offer.
Nick, does it work for
Jeffrey Bezos?
Does it work for the online? Because that's the way I usually do it. I don't go through the Alexa.
It says
It has to be the
It
same.
would have to be the
thing.
same, right?
Yeah, I heard about the drivers being $5 per thank you. Is the promotion still live?
But does that go directly to that driver?
Well, they would have a record of it. Amazon
Yeah.
would know exactly who has stopped by. Hang on, we have Tyler, who is an Amazon driver. We're going to go to him. Hey, Tyler, you're on the air, buddy. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry to bother you at work.
It's all good, man. What's up?
Nothing much. I'm on my way. I'm on my route right now.
All right, and what can you tell us about the Thank My Driver?
So if you have an Alexa device and you say, "Hey Alexa, thank my driver," Amazon pays me $5 for every thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
all
All
right.
right, so quick question, because
I love it.
I will shift to that, because I will go online and I'll give the thumbs up and I'll click the above and beyond icon and then submit that thank you, that compliment. Does it work that way as well?
That one I'm not sure of.
Okay, then I'm just
do that when I order as well.
I'm just going to say thank my driver now when I get my notification. Because yeah, all right, that's what I'll do then. All right, thank you.
So after you get, the Alexa will notify you that you have a package, and then right after you ask about the notification, say thank my driver. Sometimes it will prompt you. It will say, "Do you want to thank your driver?" But you can just say, "Hey Alexa, thank my driver," and they'll get $5. There's their tip right there.
Invite my driver in for drinks.
Now you can do that too.
Do you think Bezos can afford that $5?
I don't know about
Well,
that.
look at me. I have such an issue shopping for him. I don't know.
Hang on, let me go to Debbie, a driver as well, I believe. Hi, Debbie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Debbie.
Sorry about your work.
It's all right. Are you a driver for Amazon?
No, I'm a frequent flyer of Amazon.
Okay, and
Every time they deliver and it just comes up, I don't have Alexa, but my email will alert me to say that the package is there. So then I just click into the Amazon Track My Package and type thank my driver. It'll come up to that package that they just dropped off, and you can tip them from there. So it'll send them $5 from Amazon. It doesn't even cost you.
That's really cool.
All right. Yeah, I like that. That's a great idea.
Thanks, Debbie. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
All right. Yep. And yeah, the delivery people are working very, very hard right now. Very, very hard. All right. Wow, Case, we need to wrap it up here.
Let's do one more, man.
All right, let's do one more. I have a final survey concerning the holidays. Let me see which one I want to go with. I have a couple here that I can choose from. How about let's go with this one. What makes Americans feel appreciated at work during the holidays?
What makes Americans feel appreciated at work during the holidays?
An extra day
bonus.
Yeah, bonus
Money,
is wonderful.
money.
The poll of 2,000 U.S. employees reveals nearly 3/4, 72%, say being connected to their company's culture is important to them. For 48%, it's the coworkers that make a company's culture so special, more than the leadership at 38%, or shared common values. Face-to-face communication is the most effective way to build positive relationship with coworkers, according to 63% of the respondents. So here's what makes people feel most appreciated at work. The 48% said personal thank yous from their direct boss. Being able to easily communicate with their coworkers and bosses, that's 46%. 41% said being appreciated by their peers, customers, or the public.
Yeah.
I think they're missing the point here, Nick.
Yeah.
I want money. That's
money.
what I want.
I like the money thing.
They surveyed the corporate overlords and surveyed the actual employees.
39%. Oh, here we go. 39% said being paid a living wage or being given regular raises.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. But this is supposed to be around the holidays.
Yeah, it
so.
doesn't make any sense. These are just standard things that you would want throughout the year.
Yeah, this says what makes people feel most appreciated at work. Okay, well, this is garbage.
It's kind of dumb.
Garbage.
I have a friend who gets a holiday bonus every year, and they've never stopped. She's been with the company for years, and it's just and it's pretty significant, and it is not, it's a bonus, but it's not a bonus based on performance, and it's just, she's like, this covers my Christmas for me every year.
Wow.
Well, the Clark Griswold model that allowed him to go get it, that used to be, my dad was, in corporate America for many years, and he was, an executive, and that was a standard thing for the performers to get something that substantial.
Well, and
it meant a lot to the company.
I think the amount for her is based on how long you've been with the company.
Yes.
She's been there, 20-something years. So she gets a significant amount, which is nice.
Yeah, so the like you point out in the movie, Steve, it's he's expecting it.
Yes.
It's part of the equation,
right? Yeah.
of the year, and then he doesn't get it, obviously.
But he does get the Jelly of the Month Club.
Yes, he does. Which that's the gift that keeps on
giving all year
the whole
long.
year. So, all right. Well, interesting stuff. Thought it would pass along in the form of survey says, so hopefully you got something out of that, friends. If not, how about a $50 gift card to Sweet Brew? We'll take caller number 12 at 215-263-WMMR. Sweet Brew actually is going to be catering our Christmas Miracle on Thursday. They did last year as well. And you can visit Sweet Brew on beautiful Bridge Street in the charming town of Phoenixville. Sweet Brew is your go-to spot for authentic New York bagels, fresh pastries, and hand-mixed cream cheeses. Did I do a number, caller? No. Yes, I did?
Yeah.
All right. I don't even know what I said 10 seconds ago. All right. Caller number, Marissa says, okay, it was 3.
Yeah.
12. Caller number 12, 215-263-WMMR. We are going to set you up. We're going to come back in just a moment. Some bizarre file stories are on the way. We're going to get some live music in the studio. We have a comedian coming by this morning. Doogie Horner will be here. We'll be back in a minute. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
Operatives before being relayed back to Washington. So,
do we believe that perhaps it were American operatives and spies to be armed with these jokes? It might be a way of sort of ingratiating themselves to, in other words, if you could tell a funny Soviet joke to another person.
I don't. They're not clear on what the purpose
or was
of this
it for their
I think it was just them.
Soviet review.
It was just part of the gigantic lists of stuff that they have at the CIA.
There's a lot of Yakov Smirnov stuff here, right?
The list was addressed to the deputy director of the CIA, but is believed to have been circulated among senior White House officials. One joke featuring Ronald Reagan made it to the president's desk, and he found it so funny that he began to use it himself.
That's the goddamn funniest thing I've ever heard.
So here, do you want to hear the joke?
Please tell me. Tell me, Mommy.
An American tells a Russian that the United States is so free that he can stand in front of the White House and yell, "To hell with Ronald Reagan." And the Russian replies, "That's nothing. I can stand in front of the Kremlin and yell, 'To hell with Ronald Reagan,' too."
I don't get it.
Oh, yeah!
Did you say penis? I must have missed it.
No.
You said it was a dirty joke.
No, I didn't say it was a dirty joke.
Oh, yes, you did. What?
No, I didn't say it was a dirty joke.
You said it was filthy.
I think the Alzheimer's is kicking in, Ronnie.
God damn it.
Yep.
Where are my jelly beans?
It is not known exactly why the CIA began doing this.
It wasn't filthy.
Though since there were no polls in Soviet Russia, it could have been a good way for agents to judge public mood towards politicians and the government.
Why did chicken cross road?
Why?
To escape the extreme starvation caused by Stalin.
One particular figure of fun was Mikhail Gorbachev.
Why do I have stain on head?
The last leader of the Soviet Union who worked to end the Cold War by reforming the USSR. While this made him popular overseas, he was often reviled at home, as revealed by this joke, which tells of a man waiting in line at a liquor store.
Tell the joke.
A worker standing at a liquor store line says, I have had enough. Save my place. I'm going to go shoot Gorbachev. 2 hours later, he returns to claim his place in line, and his friends asked, "Did you get him?" He said, "No, the line there was even longer than the line here."
That is a good one. It's very funny.
Another joke compares Gorbachev to...
You know, maybe you don't laugh at the same kind of jokes or something, but... you told me that Gorbachev line joke and it wasn't funny. But I have one for you. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Banana.
I don't think you told that correctly.
Shut up.
Banana. So Stalin.
I'm going home.
Stalin was also.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Stay in your seats or you'll all be shot. It's funny, yes? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
You will starve in gulag.
I'm here all the week.
I would say try veal, but there is no veal. Try cannibalism as we starve out all of the population in Siberia because of extreme poverty caused by Stalin. Thanks for coming. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
They murdered my wife.
That's sad.
Yeah, but if you think about it, she was nagging.
It's a way, Homer.
Have you heard the banana joke?
Heard funny joke from Rocky. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Or two.
Banana.
Oh, God. Oh. Well, these are CIA files.
Hey, I am having literally to hold stomach from pain of laughing.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I noticed that, and I figured we might have
Notice the Soviet humor.
Para-Olympian Danielle Umstead.
She's blind, right?
I don't know.
I believe she's a blind skier, Preston.
No, that's impossible.
That's what they said.
Shut up.
Check it out.
Okay,
Nick.
you got to look this up. Danielle, spelled Danelle, Umstead.
And I think, unless I miss my guess, she has no torso.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be it.
Just her head.
Everything
on
is
her
connected
hips.
with pipe cleaners.
A blind skier?
Is that what it says? Am I right?
Well, I don't know. Nick's looking it up. I'm just curious. Is there a Wikipedia page?
Oh,
on
she's
her?
a deaf gurner.
She makes the ugly faces, but can't hear anybody
hear the
laughing. Oh, that's sad.
It's wrong.
Let's see what it says here. She is a skier and visually impaired.
Visually impaired.
She's full-blown blind.
Is she full-blown blind?
Well, I saw her, and on a small pair of skis next to her was a dog.
Oh. Left. Right. Left. 2 marks for left, 1 for right. Yeah.
That's not fair to
That
the dog.
is not fair to the dog.
No.
And
I mean, he's got to bark fast, and you never know if they're right next to each other.
He also can't really tell you that he doesn't want to do this.
No, he's actually just being dragged along.
Just put him on skis.
I don't want to do this.
did we even say the words skiing eye dog?
Nick just
oh,
said
you
it.
did?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I missed it. They may not be married, but Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck are still family, according to Ben's brother Casey. During an interview with E.T. on Saturday.
Well, you still family?
No, entertainment television.
Do you all get together for the holidays?
What am I talking? What am I talking to here?
I'm E.T.
He walks in. He's like, "Are you serious? I have to do this."
Pulling himself up in the chair.
Thanks for talking with me.
Could you get my agent in here, please?
I'm talking to a turtle.
Yeah.
Not a turtle.
Oh my God.
I want a goddamn Oscar.
It was during an interview with E.T.'s Kelty Knight.
Oh, okay.
Whoever that is. I left that part out and I just said E.T., all right? So it was at the Are you still family?
How much longer is he going to be in rehab?
He's holding up his finger. Oh, my God.
E.T. could probably fix his addiction problem with his magic finger.
You're right.
His heart.
Touch his heart.
Heart light.
Whole new human being.
New Ben, new Batman movie.
So stupid. It's so dumb. All right, TMZ reports that Davy Chase. Now, I looked her up, and it says she started the ring. She was Samara. She's the psycho.
Yes.
The scary girl.
The girl in the well.
And by the way, turns out she's gorgeous.
Yes, she is.
She was arrested, and she was arrested on a drug possession charge and spent some time behind bars. Yeah.
But she escaped through the television, didn't she?
She did. She managed to get out
knew
of there
we were
through the
going that
TV.
way.
But she's had some run-ins. Last year, she was locked up after cops pulled her over for joyriding in an allegedly stolen car.
She was locked up for 7 days.
Is the phone rings after 7 days or something like
In
that?
7 days. Yeah, that's when you die. You have 7 days to get your affairs in order before you're... 7 days.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie. 6.5.
7 business days.
Business days? So that means I get the weekend, too?
Well, it's Monday's Labor Day, so about 8 days. All right,
right, just stay there. I'm going to come over and kill you now.
Yeah, if you could be more specific, it might help in planning. So,
what if I go across the international date line?
Let me get back to you.
Coming up soon, we'll be addressing Halloween. But
Yes.
it's a favorite costume for Halloween parties and haunted houses.
Which is the one where you go to where they have a girl who really does the full, clicking and the whole body gesticulation.
Penhurst?
No, it's there's probably one there, but there's one, maybe it's there's
one
it's the one way out where we always get lost going to.
It's in Bucks County.
Yeah.
I know exactly the one you're talking about.
girl who does
Fear?
Nah.
Might be.
Valley of Fear.
It's out kind of in a woodsy area.
It's Grotto of Consternation is the name of it.
Hang on. Chrissy is on the line to tell us about that haunted attraction. And it is Valley of Fear, isn't it? So it's Valley of Fear?
It is Valley of Fear, and the girl who does play the one from The Ring, who was there for a long time, Liz, is just a phenomenal singer, too. I just wanted to let you guys know.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, she's incredibly talented.
And she was good. As you were moving along, she'd move along, and she never sang really, but she
didn't
I'm
sing.
the chick from The Ring, and I'm coming after you.
So her name is Liz?
Yes, Liz.
All right, cool. Thank you, Chrissy. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Because in 7 days
See ya.
you're through. Chop-a-da-ba.
All right.
It's not that scary.
I know it's not scary when you sing it.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't it be
Right?
a little less if it were a musical?
I live in a well and my life's kind of hell and I'm coming after you.
My life's kind of hell.
I'm the chick in the well and my life's kind of hell, but I'm a coming after you. In 7 days.
7 days. In 7 days.
7 days.
7 days. Coming after you in 7 days.
Hey.
The Ring, the musical.
Turn my mic on! You turned his mic off.
I didn't turn it off. I think you might have hit the button yourself there, dude.
Uh-oh.
No, there we go.
I just hit that button.
All right.
Wait a second. What's going on?
Wait a
What
second.
just happened here?
Your mic will turn off in 7 seconds. Your mic will turn off in 7 seconds.
What? I don't have a mic.
Lindsay Lohan.
I was just watching Mean Girls last night on E.
Well, there was this video of her dancing over the weekend, and it went viral.
Is it laughable, sexy?
I'm hesitant to even say viral. Like, how many does it take before it's called viral?
Good question.
You know?
Viral is not, yeah.
So I just saw it this morning, and it's her dancing. And
what is it?
To be honest, it's not that big of a deal. It's just her dancing around a little bit, but some people have made a thing about it. She flips her hair in it. She leans her head down and flips her hair way up. So people are making a thing about that.
Oh, my gosh.
Here, hang on. And there's the hair flip. So she does it twice.
That's
We're
a thing?
watching the video of it right now. And, well, now Busy Phillips and Kelly Oxford are getting in on the action. They spoofed Lindsay's now viral dance to the song Pillow Talk.
Oh, snap.
While Lindsay snapped her fingers and flipped her hair at her beach club in, I don't know where it is, Phillip and Oxford got down in the kitchen.
Oh,
and
man.
Phillips wrote on Instagram, honestly, it's weirdly harder to nail than it seemed. Respect.
All right.
What's going on?
They're throwing
I don't
shade.
know.
They're throwing shade at her, Preston.
Are they?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Shady?
Yeah, they're throwing shade, but then they threw respect in there.
Yeah.
RESPICT.
That's right.
They're making fun of the hair flip?
Yes.
I would make fun of the mom dance instead. I mean, the hair
I've
flip
been
is the only
flipping
thing that
my hair
was
like
legit.
that since high school.
Right?
Yeah.
I
It's like a
it all.
stupid, you're drunk, flip your hair.
I like Lindsay's thing, and I like the mock thing. I think it looks cute.
So anyhow, they did a thing about that thing.
Wow.
There was a thing.
It's just said the original thing has been followed by another thing.
This is what constitutes as news these days, folks.
Over the weekend, a thing occurred, which was immediately followed by two rejoinder thingies.
Pregnant Meghan Markle's sartorial choices.
Yes.
These are clothes?
Clothing, yes.
Okay, sartorial.
It's what she likes to eat at the food court.
Oh, okay. No. Frequently give fans a double take, generally for their stunning elegance. But some are wagging their fingers at the Duchess of Sussex for the skirt that she chose to wear on the final day of her royal tour of New Zealand, Fiji, and so on.
It was a full cooter shot.
Well,
it was up above her waist.
No, it wasn't. She paired a stunning royal blue Givenchy sweater with a sheer blue pleated skirt. So there was some see-through to it.
Well, you know what? She has.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I see it. But she has had a higher than they usually like the skirts worn with members of the royal family, but nothing outlandish. Whenever she's out, but she still looks elegant.
You can see the shape of her panties.
Yes. I mean, that's a little
Does
sheer.
it matter that there are sexy photos of her on the internet to the royal family, do you think? Because, when she did Suits and she did some modeling
There's a whole
stuff,
bunch of it.
Yeah.
And Nick, she had actually just done one prior to this whole...
To meeting Prince Harry?
Yes, and it's excellent.
And the whole family received a portfolio of all of this stuff and said, here's what we're dealing with.
She's a beautiful woman.
If you need me, I'm going to be reviewing these photographs in my chamber.
How long is that going to take?
Wappa. Fwap.
That's it.
The fappening.
Wappa.
By the
That's
way,
the royal family version of fap.
why does this all have to rest on her shoulders? Like, why doesn't she have people looking at her going, yo, dude, I can see your panties?
But she makes the final choice.
Yo, dude, I can see your panties.
By the way, Shake Shack,
Yep.
love their burgers, but I might as well eat them while I'm sitting on the toilet because that's how quickly they go through me.
Just for some particular reason?
Yeah.
Do you get the special sauce?
Dude, so...
He makes the special sauce.
I literally ate it one time, and I was driving home. I ate it by Helium. There's one right there.
Oh, no.
And I ate it.
Oh, no.
And I had to race. Oh, my God. I'm trying to get home. I was trying to get home.
Yeah.
And it was late. It was probably like 10, 11 o'clock at night. I
can make it.
And by the time I got to about Route 1 on 76, I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it. So let me get to the radio station. Quick.
Oh.
Stat, right?
Yeah.
Got to the radio station.
Metro traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
Nick, is that right by the Glory Days Tavern?
Yeah, Hornberger Avenue.
Okay.
And Florence, New Jersey. Stop by the Glory Days Tavern. Pick up
Nick's doing a Google Maps search, and he stumbled across this establishment.
Glory Hole Tavern? What is it?
Right there. No.
Glory Days.
Oh, Glory Days.
Like Bruce.
Girl's eyes, glory hole.
Doesn't open until noon.
You don't know his penis at his glory hole.
Oh, my God. All right. Hey, reminders, Tattoo Tuesday. Text word tattoo to 39333. You might win the Preston and Steve Show theme tattoo, Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. Let's do the Bizarre Five.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Red Robin. They've got holiday gifts all wrapped. You can give the gift to Yum with a $30 Red Robin holiday gift card and get a $5 bonus buck reward for you now through December 31st. Red Robin Yum. Virginia father, listen to this, of 5, died after being struck by a bear that fell from a tree.
Oh, my God.
A bear fell on him from a tree.
That is correct. An investigation by the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources suggests that a group of hunters chased a bear into a tree. Then, as the group retreated from the bottom of the tree, one of the hunters shot the bear. As the animal fell, it hit 58-year-old Lester C. Harvey Jr., who was standing about 10 feet from the bottom of the tree. One of the hunters provided first aid until local fire EMS arrived. Harvey, who could have been in serious but stable condition after being transported, died of his injuries on Friday. Listen, it's sad that a human being died, but
turnabout's fair play.
He was trying to kill this animal.
You gotta understand, I'm laughing my ass off.
So Harvey was a self-employed contractor and an avid outdoorsman. Annie New, a social media influencer, has gone viral after sharing the emotional story of pretending to be her twin sister who had passed away 5 years ago, and she did it to protect her grandparents from heartbreak. New's sister died of viral meningitis, and the family decided to keep the news a secret, fearing that it would be too much for the elderly grandparents to handle.
It's sort of sad and sweet at the same time.
In a TikTok video, Annie revealed that she made holiday calls and maintained the illusion for years, only disclosing the truth to her grandmother on her deathbed this year.
You want to laugh?
Right?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean,
You go through all the, just let her pass.
Let her die.
For Christ's sake. Hey, you want to hear something? It's not me.
She said, my dad came up with the idea not to withhold the truth, but to spare them additional heartbreak. The story sparked mixed reactions online. While many expressed empathy for New with her family's difficult decision, others questioned whether it was right to keep such a significant secret.
Oh, and Grandpa's been cheating on you.
One user commented and said, I hope nothing but the best for this family moving forward. While another disagreed with the approach, saying they had no right to deny the grandparents a chance to say goodbye. Although Annie's grandmother passed away, knowing the truth, her grandfather is still alive and has yet to receive the news. News revelation has touched millions, highlighting the emotional complexities that families face when trying to protect their loved ones from pain. She said that it was a heavy burden to carry, but wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre on many levels.
Yeah. Tourist Sandro Angiolini was recently robbed of a suitcase containing $500,000 worth of jewels while he was visiting Rosa's Pizza in Astoria, Queens.
Give me that $500,000 jewelry. I'm going out to get some pizza.
As he walked from his car to the restaurant, several men jumped out of a black SUV, attacked him, and then he fled with the silver suitcase.
So they had to know.
Yeah, the incident left Angiolini shaken, but has a happy ending thanks to the Apple AirTag that was inside of his suitcase. The thieves were unaware of the AirTag among the valuable items in the suitcase, which followed NYPD investigators, allowed them to quickly track the stolen
Sage
items.
advice, whenever you're bringing $500,000 in jewelry to your local pizza place, put an Apple AirTag in the container.
Police located the SUV in Bayside where they recovered the jewels and arrested the two suspects. Both men are now facing multiple charges, including criminal possession of stolen property, reckless endangerment, and fleeing a police officer. Detectives believe more individuals were involved in the incident, so the case is indeed ongoing. The search is on for a burglary suspect who plowed their car through the Sunrise Mall JCPenney's and took off with jewelry. I'm not sure where this is.
Is this Long Island?
It's in a town called Citrus Heights.
Okay, not Long Island.
So police said that it happened around 7:45 a.m. Sunday. The mall was not open yet, and no one was injured. Police said the burglar drove a black Chevy Silverado stolen from an auto mall right through one set of JCPenney's doors, and then drove out the other set of glass doors only after they stole a stash of jewelry that was there.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Right out of Blues Brothers.
The thief got away with the brazen act, targeting a mall that had little left to steal. Now, one of its only two department stores is at the center of a crime. The Sunrise Mall has been on the city's radar for revitalization for years. Holiday shopping and photos with Santa are bringing in more people this time of year, but the mess left behind from a brazen burglary and now boarded up walls is just another blow for the rundown Sunrise Mall.
But does that raise the potential of a drive-through JCPenney's?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
They even that might bring that chain back.
Pair of jeans, please.
For all we know, that
36 waist, 32 inch.
That might be exactly what they're looking for.
Right?
All right, and that is what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. I just saw a whole bunch of people come walk into the Acme Lounge, and they have disappeared. That is because the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir is warming up in our performance studio.
Perfect spot.
So, yeah, we've got this nice big area where they can go and kind of get their voices ready for singing on the air.
That's where we do our vocal warm-ups.
You know, we need to be in too.
Yeah.
Or it just doesn't work at all.
Gonna find my lady, gonna hold her.
Don't embarrass yourself in front of the singers.
In front of the singers.
Afternoon delight.
I don't know. They've already asked me to join in.
You know, we might have a revisit of the River Valley Vocal Band on Friday.
Justin's coming by.
Yeah.
Our vocal coach.
He wants to help.
We should just let him sing. We should help by singing.
We are
himself.
right on the precipice of greatness. I don't know why you guys can't see that.
Justin Guarini, the great. All right, I'd like to give away another $50 gift card to the Sweet Brew. They came by this morning and dropped off a bunch of bagels. They'll be devoured in 10 seconds once that group gets their hands on them. And we'll take caller number 11 at 215-263 WMMR. We'll give you that gift card. And Sweet Brew in Phoenixville helps get you Get your day started right with an incredible menu full of fresh and delicious breakfast sandwiches made with the highest quality boar's head, meats, and cheeses. We've already gotten our fill on that. Let's set you up. 215-263-WMMR. Caller number 11, we will give you that $50 gift card. We're going to take a break, and yes, we will have live vocal performances from the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir here in our studio. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
To the fourth floor, I had to dump by outside next to the.
Dude, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did you take a dump?
You crapped outside of the building?
I had to.
How long ago was this?
This morning.
God.
Kathy,
I
it was either that or in my pants. What do I do?
Sometimes I don't know.
Right? So I had to do it next to the.
Couldn't you at least pick a competing station?
Yeah. Well, no.
I mean,
because
and also just so open to tell the story. It's amazing.
Oh, not right away. I had to wait a couple of years before the security footage was deleted. You know?
Hey,
Gav!
More FM's right over there.
Right. Q102 is right down the street.
Q102 is down the street. You crap there.
Oh my God.
The story does get a little bit better.
That's funny.
How?
How could it?
How? But could you have imagined had he been stopped at another radio station simply because it was an emergency?
Yes.
Right.
Local broadcaster in a clear attempt.
Like a superintendent of a school.
Right, exactly.
Right?
He would have been raised to heroic levels here.
Now, how does the story get better?
Oh, man. I think I'm just going to end it there.
Well, no. You started down the path.
Just say it quietly so we can't hear it.
I'll just whisper it.
They're not listening.
Yeah.
So I had to
smeared it on someone's car.
I had to leave it there in the grass.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it with me.
Right.
Oh, you didn't want to take it with you?
No. I couldn't. So what
You
ended
take
up.
your dog for a walk.
So.
I left it there.
All right, so a little bit did end up in my underpants. So I had.
That was just like a bingo.
So I had to put. Luckily I had. Nobody can hear this, right?
Right, no, good.
So luckily I had all these T-shirts in the back of my car.
Did you fashion a makeshift underwear?
I literally wore a pink T-shirt as underwear on the drive home. Oh no! It gets better. Okay, so then I'm on my way home and I'm thinking, there is like T-shirts and poop and all this stuff next to the building. All right, so I can't. Like if security goes and they see that on Monday, they're gonna go, well, who pooped here?
And look at security.
They're gonna look at security and they're gonna see me like all ashamed, crouching next to my car. So on Monday, I came back to work with a giant trash bag and I had to like collect it all.
Oh my God.
And then throw it in the dumpster.
So he cleaned his spot.
Yeah, I cleaned my spot.
hate you.
I hate me too, Kathy. When I got home,
And this was all because of what?
freaking Shake
Guys.
Shack.
Oh, Shake Shack.
No, not Five Guys. Don't you talk
They're
bad about-
fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
Where in the building was it?
On the over
By
at
the loading docks. Well, you unloaded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to go. What's that?
Why didn't you come inside?
He couldn't get in.
I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
I do believe me. I'm
I
not.
don't.
This is not a proud moment here, Kathy.
Yeah.
Though you would assume it could have been a proud moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you came back. And that's noble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't necessarily noble. It was self-preservation.
The
there.
last thing you wanted is that footage to end up. But what's worse, the footage of you doing it or the footage of you collecting it back up in the bag?
They watched both and they were like, okay,
Yeah,
well, he came back and cleaned.
You know, we'll erase this.
All right, so you should eat your hamburger upside down.
on the toilet.
That's what we got.
That's all. That's all I noticed. I didn't. There's
nothing to notice.
That's it. I can't top that.
No, it ends there.
I will not be able
like
to.
a derailing train.
Right.
So nobody heard that, right?
Nobody heard that. People magazine is named. It's 2018 Sexiest Man Alive.
Yeah.
And it is Idris Elba.
Oh, Kathy?
The British actor says the honor has given him a boost of self-confidence.
What do you think? Do you are you an Idris Elba fan?
Pull up a picture.
Okay. You don't remember?
You don't know what he looks like?
No, I do, but like, let me just look at.
Let her drink him in.
Yeah, I don't like. Is that the picture they use?
Let her take a sip of that chocolate.
Yeah,
milk.
that's from people.com.
I don't love the picture that they use. I wish they used a different picture, but yeah, no, he's good looking for sure.
He was surprised after being crowned this year's winner. I was like, come on, no way, really? He told the magazine.
You guys.
He said, look. Here, there's the cover picture.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's like lovey.
Well, Like Lovey from Gilligan's Island?
No, like not where you would look at some of them and be like, oh my God, he's so hot. Like this guy's like, he probably would give you a good hug.
Part of it is his voice and his demeanor. He is planning a wedding with his fiancee Sabrina Dahor. No.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Sabrina Dahor?
Dower.
Dahore?
Dahore.
Oh, you mean Dahor?
Dahor. It's all the same letters.
Who are you marrying? Sabrina. Oh, Dahor?
Dhowre.
No,
and
not Dahor.
If you move the W to the beginning or in between the D and H, it looks like Dahor.
No, it's Dahor.
Dahor. Dahore.
No.
Anyhow, the actor has
I'm not marrying a whore.
a 16-year-old daughter named Isan and a 4-year-old son named Winston. What a great name.
Yeah, I almost
like
named my
that.
dog Winston.
From previous
Let him know.
relationships. Elba told people about his upbringing.
Yes, Idris. My name is Casey. I produce a show in the States. I almost named my dog Winston.
When you said let him know, I thought you were talking about let my dog know.
I did too. Come here, buddy.
Come here.
You're almost Winston.
Reggie, I almost named
Dog, I don't understand what you're saying.
We began Wigapalooza.
I'm very excited.
If you just tuned in, we talked about this a while back. What would Steve look like with a head of realistic human hair and not goofy looking wigs? Actual hair. We want to see what Steve would look like with a realistic looking hairstyle.
These wigs are usually fitted to people's heads, so Steve's got a bigger head. I actually thought his head was a little bit smaller than that.
Should we bring him in?
Yes.
All right, let's have Steve come in and see what the actual. Wow! Dude, oh my God!
You haven't seen it?
You haven't? Kathy's got to have a mirror.
Get the big mirror from the office.
Steve, you look better bald, man.
Casey, that does look good. You fixed the sides.
Yeah.
Do you know whose hair I immediately think of for some reason? Because
Oh, Jesus Christ.
he looks like Danny Briere's hair for some reason.
Wow,
Am I not wrong about that?
That's
Danny
absolutely
Briere,
right.
formerly of the Flyers.
No,
What? Who are you thinking of? Here,
Bachelor-
move your microphone over, Steve. So I can.
from bachelor party and
Adrian
Zmed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, how
It's
come
the
no
profile
sideburn?
that I love.
I guess you have to. Well, I look like a 60s pop star. Hey, everybody.
Yeah. All right. Anyhow.
This is one that's for the ladies.
Yeah.
It's what you call a panty dropper in the biz.
Yeah, Steve. We need a voice with that.
That's right,
wig.
yeah.
What is that? The voice?
I need
you
it. Yeah,
or-
I think that's kind of the name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
or kind of the voice.
The back looks good too. Like
Does
the
the
neckline.
back look good?
Yeah, the neckline.
Yeah. The back looks real.
Am I making you wet, baby?
Looks totally real. Somebody says you look like Paul McCartney. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody says Phil Mickelson or Ralph Macchio.
Well, a little Ralph Macchio.
A little bit.
The Karate Kid on Hard Times.
And by the way, you'll need.
Hey, Mr. Miyagi, how are you?
You'll need.
What the hell happened?
There you go. Yes, Steve's doing the dance moves. And we'll put.
I could walk you home.
Makes me feel fine.
Oh, Steve. The hair. Oh my God.
Summer breeze.
Nice.
Makes me feel fine.
Oh, you've got to watch the webcam. Steve is singing directly to you.
I thought that was beautiful, actually. I have to go pleasure myself.
Hi,
I'm
Bria.
so turned on.
All right, well, let's bring him in and see what we have next. Let's have Steve. He's been out of the studio when he gets. Okay. The color is better on this.
Yes.
I think
I like the dark.
Hey, I'll help.
You look like a stock boy a little
Right,
bit.
yeah.
I'll get that for you, Mr. Jones. What do you want me to do with the canoe?
Just put it in the back. Put it in the back.
I'll move that around for you, Mr. Jones. Hey, can I take lunch now?
every wig has to have a voice.
Right, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Wow.
My name's Toby. This is a Toby, right?
Yeah, that's a Toby.
Yeah.
Toby.
Is that what it's called?
Toby.
Is that what it's called? Seriously?
No. It's the Toby. I don't know. Yeah. It intermatches with the Kunta Kinte.
Well, what was the last one? What should that have been? That was the Danny?
The Danny or the Ricky.
The Ricky.
I like the Ricky.
That was Ricky. With a song for you.
No, it's
Toby.
Toby. Hey,
Yeah.
Toby.
Hey, you need any yard work? You need help? Don, I'll do it. I'm 17.
Should we do a new wig next?
Yes, dude.
Yeah, we only have
Dr. Wig.
We only have 2 more left. Let's bring him in. Let's see Steve's third wig of the morning. Wow, man.
It is the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, and that's real hair. What's that?
A little bit of gray.
Just a little salt and pepper in there.
Yeah.
That looks good.
I think he looks like
I think I'm ready for the boardroom and the bedroom.
I think Richard Gere, maybe.
She said she gave me 3 options: Richard Gere, Regis Philbin, and Eddie Munster.
What?
With the 3 hair.
Well, the one style we had going at first, he looked a little like Eddie Munster.
It's all sewn
Do I
in.
look like in the Cialis commercial? I say the man with the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do look like the man with the plan.
Yeah, putting some more wind in my sails with Cialis.
Oh, is this the voice?
Yeah.
What-
Hey,
what's-
kids, we're gonna go mountain climbing and rappelling.
What's a
and
good-
I can get aroused too.
What's a good name for this hair?
gotta be- it's
first
gotta
thing
be a
that comes to your
doctor.
mind. Chet.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Chet Wainwright.
All right.
Dr. Chet Wainwright?
Yeah, Dr. Chet Wainwright.
PhD.
Yeah.
What are you, a doctor?
Not DDS?
Of course. It
The
would be
ladies
anything
are
else.
stacked too deep
All
out
right,
there.
now put the headphones on, and
Yeah.
we'll see if this because
Radio chat.
Steve doesn't have sideburns.
I have
and
no
so that's the
sideburns,
one thing
no
that looks a little
eyebrows.
odd.
What happened was that they extracted me from the pod in the Matrix too quickly,
Yeah.
and I hadn't fully formed.
I like this the
Put your
best.
headphones on.
All right.
Let's see how this looks.
I have hair over my ears, which is weird.
That looks real,
Let me
Steve.
see. Look at me. Can you look at me?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. Wait,
Doctor?
call. Say hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, you got to do it. Dr. Chet Wainwright.
Hey, Chet. Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, do it again.
One more time, ready?
Hey, Dr. Wainwright.
Can I help you, ladies?
Oh my God.
I think we got a yeast situation.
Casey wanted me to play this music. All right, so.
It's an African American wig.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
MMR.
Thanks, Kath. So I have my issues with social media. I have a love-hate relationship with it.
Right.
A lot of times I see things that I don't like, but every now and then a little jewel comes along and surprises me.
And it's not a fitness model.
It's not, there's a lot of those.
A lot of that.
Yeah, those are good too.
Yeah.
But there was a video that surfaced in my algorithm, and I immediately sent it to Casey. I send a lot of things that I find vocally intriguing to Casey because Casey is a huge fan of singers, vocalists. I am as well. I know we all are,
Yes,
really, but
yeah.
we kind of share stuff back and forth.
One of the major regrets of my life is never being part of a choir.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I had plenty of opportunities to do so, and I just never did. But I expect to cry a little bit this morning because it just fills me with so much happy emotion.
So this video I got was a vocal group performing what just blew me away. It was only a couple of minutes long, 3 minutes tops probably. And I immediately sent it to Casey, and then I started showing it to some other people. I'm like, just take the time to sit here and listen to this, because the moment you think that this can't get any better,
right?
It just kept getting better and better, and I was just blown away by this. Now, that particular video, I think Marissa was telling me, came out in 2018.
Yes.
I think it was titled "Until We Meet Again." And so I'd sent it over to Marissa, and we played it on the air here.
We did, yeah.
I was like, you got to hear this. And then Marissa found out who it was, and then she found out they were going to be in our area. And so she made a couple calls, and they're here in our studio this morning. We would like to welcome the Aeolians of Oakwood University. Yay! You guys can make some noise, too. Come on.
They're just being humble.
I know. We've got 25 students in here, and leading the way, and the person we're going to speak to on behalf of the group is Jeremy Jordan.
Yay!
How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing all right. How
Excellent.
about you?
Wonderful. Where is Oakwood University?
Yeah, so we're a small HBCU that's located in Huntsville, Alabama. We're a university and excited to be here. Like you said, we have 25 students here from the Aeolians, and Huntsville is a little town in North Alabama.
Yeah, got a lot of traction though online. This is the video from a while ago, and obviously you guys have a pedigree. You're at the top of your craft, and in fact, you tour the world, correct? Or you have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't do that if you're some fly-by-night operation.
Jeremy, are you a student?
So I'm not a student, but I did go to Oakwood University. I graduated in 2013. I was a student in the Aeolians as well, and
you look 19 years old. Yeah, you're a good-looking guy.
I take that as a compliment.
Oh, so you graduated in what year? I'm sorry.
2013.
2013.
Yes, and went away for a little bit and came back to work at Oakwood in the fall of 2022.
Okay. And how many people is the entire group made of? Because you've got 25 here, but I know it's
Right,
larger than this.
50.
50.
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys all touring by bus or something right now?
So we're actually on winter break.
You're in
And,
one Subaru.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're on winter break, and we flew in from wherever we live. So we have some students who live out in Southern California, some from the Charlotte area, Virginia, Jacksonville, Florida, Tennessee. So, yeah, we're from all over.
I have to assume that you draw up students who are interested in becoming part of the choir. That's one of the big sells of the school itself, right? Because you do have this reputation that precedes itself. So,
Yes.
and so you'll get them from all around the country, correct?
No, absolutely. And so because we're a small school, we don't have a football team. So people joke and say that the Aeolians is Oakwood University's football team.
Oh, that's great.
What are you doing in Philadelphia?
So we're just here to tour. We're on tour to celebrate our album. We recently released a Christmas album, which is called Aeolians and Old Fashioned Christmas. So we had a couple of stops in Maryland. We were in Tacoma Park and Silver Spring. We're here. We're going to get the opportunity to go to Kappa. It's a performing arts school here. I believe that's the way you pronounce it.
Yep.
And historic school. The Roots, Questlove, Boyz II Men, right? McBride. A couple of people have gone there. And then tomorrow we'll be in New York.
Very, very cool.
So they happen to be coming through the area,
That's
and
great.
they've got some time to stop by here.
Will you visit other historically HBCU schools around the area? Because there is at least one around here. Do you do that?
Right. So sometimes we get the opportunity and a chance to go and visit different universities, whether it be a HBCU or any other type of organization. This trip, we won't be doing that. Once we finish with the schools, we'll let them get an opportunity to see Philly. So, yes, and sightsee a little bit.
Well, I know you guys are going to perform a couple of songs, so let's hear something, and then we'll talk a little bit more and find out more about the school and the program. So what are we going to hear first?
Sounds good. So we're going to perform this song. It's called Come, Come Ye Saints.
Okay.
And it was written by or arranged by C.J. Matson. We commissioned him to write this piece for us. So
wow.
It's never been done by anybody else. No recording available of it. We're going to have two soloists, a freshman, Azriel, who comes from Virginia, and then a senior, Kashan.
Okay, where are two soloists? I just want to make sure they're fairly close. You don't have to be right on the microphone, but you want to be kind of near it. You and who else? And you as well. Oh,
There you go.
You're in the perfect spot.
Yeah. Home run.
We're already set.
This is why they're the best.
All right, Jeremy, whenever you're ready, let's get the first song. This is the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir on MMR. Here we go.
As your day is precious guest from us to John. Do this and join, your heart will swell. All is well, all is
Why should we mourn or think our lot is hard? 'Tis not so. All is right. Why should we think to earn a great reward if we now shun the fight? Guide our Lord's fresh courage, say, our God will. And soon we'll have happy day. All is well, when we are free from toil and sorrow. With the just we shall dwell. If our lives I will make this chorus well. All is well, all is well, all is well, all
There you go.
Goodness. The Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir in our studio. I know you guys are used to it. All right. But man, does this just not blow
Well,
you
there's
away?
no sound like it. I mean, I'm sure even as much as you guys rehearse it when you're in the moment, and you're experiencing. That's what you're here for. But to the people who don't get to hear it a lot, it's astoundingly impressive. Is that song on the album?
No, it's not on the
Okay.
album.
Release another one with that.
Yeah, you said that's never been recorded before.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have do you guys have more than one than just this Christmas album? Have the Aeolians put out music before?
Yes, absolutely. So for this, I guess, iteration of the group, this is the first album that we've done. But historically, the group has several different albums. And if you look up on Spotify or Apple Music, the Aeolians of Oakwood University, you'll be able to find the various albums that are out there on those platforms.
Excellent.
And there's a website, too, which is oakwoodaeolians.com. And Aeolians is spelled AEOLIANS. And you can search on there. You can find out where you guys are going to be performing and things like that. And maybe how to join the group, I assume. How rigorous is the audition process to be an Aeolian?
Right. I don't think it's too rigorous.
Okay.
But we asked students,
Kathy?
Yes. If you want to destroy this organization.
I would take you all down in one note.
I don't know how to tell her.
We just asked students to sing, and I asked them to sing, a cappella with no music to hear, their ear. Can they stay on pitch? We do different vocal exercises to hear their range. I'll ask them to do a short music theory test, and then we do a sight reading test as well. I do callbacks, so based off of that first initial audition, I'll call back a few, and they pretty much have 24 hours to learn maybe like measures 1 through 20 of a piece of music, and then those who made it through the callbacks, they come back, and we just go from there. So it's a 2-part process, and being in the choir does take a lot of dedication.
Sure.
We rehearse 3 days a week for 2 hours, so Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 8, Fridays 1 to 3, and then they have a sectional that is led by my section leaders. I'm not in there at all, for 1 hour a week. So they commit 7 hours of rehearsal time together, and that's not including what they spend outside on their own time, and as well as performances.
Right. By show of hands here, out of the 25 students we have, is anybody looking to make a career out of music? 1, 2, just a handful of you guys. So for the most part, this is just something you do because you love it, I assume? Wow.
They're all, to me, that like every one of them could have a career in music. But I mean that, they're, again, Casey, you talk about the joy that you think you would have experienced being part of a choir and being part of this and going around and seeing people react to it the way we react. Let me ask you, so how it's just a normal school run that your choir members are staying with the unit, right? So you're always refreshing the choir all the time, right?
Yes.
So who's seniors here?
Yeah,
show
right.
of hands. So you guys are all gone.
Like 4? Yeah, okay.
It's got to be bittersweet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's something that I'm sure it means a lot. It's in the formative years, it's very cool.
No, absolutely, yeah. But we miss those who go to just the next chapter of their lives.
And what routinely is if someone has spent a lot of time in your choir, and someone does want to make a career, when they move on from this, where do they normally gravitate to? Is it like Broadway, or do they? What's the progression normally?
Right. So we have a lot of. I'll just talk about some of our alumni who've been a part of this group, and I mean it's just a plethora. One of my good friends, Devin Morrison. He's a recording arts musician, performer. He lives in Los Angeles, and if you've heard of Masego, he does a lot of stuff with Masego. There's Stevie Mackey, who is a celebrity vocal coach, and he works with Jennifer Lopez a lot. He's her vocal teacher.
Wow.
Shalea Frazier, who starred in the Clark Sisters movie that came out a couple of years ago, played Dorinda Clark. Just so many. Nelson Beato, who has worked on The Voice and contracted singers and a background vocalist. And we have students in here who their parents, if you've heard of Take 6.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys remember Clifton Davis?
Oakwood. Yes, we know Clifton Davis. Absolutely. Worked with Motown and co-writer on Never Can Say Goodbye, Jackson 5. It could just go on and on and on. There's so many talented individuals who've been able to come through this group and to do just some amazing things in music and outside of that as well too. So I really encourage my students to be lifelong singers. You could be a lawyer or an engineer, but still sing, a teacher, a doctor, a therapist, anything that, whatever your occupation is. And
singing lawyer.
Sing.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, man, you don't have to be doing it on stage. You don't have to be doing it for money. But if music is your passion and your love, and you want to continue to do that, you can do that. And there's plenty of outlets for that. But another person who went to Oakwood University, John Street.
John Street,
former mayor of Philadelphia, went there. And then also Little Richard.
Yes.
That's pretty damn good.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And
I would like to see a choir full of Little Richards.
He's actually buried on school ground.
Is that right?
Little Richard
wow.
is?
Yeah.
Oh,
you talk about a legend and then some.
Yes.
Man, you mentioned Take 6. I went to see them in 1989. They opened for Al Jarreau. It was me and I was in a hard rock heavy metal band at the time, so I had like hair down here. And not only were we were some of the few white people in the audience, we were definitely the only long-haireds in the audience. And we were saying, we're just like, "Get away, Jordan!" Yes, man. Like we were going on and on. There's so many great, amazing a cappella vocal groups out there, and right now, I mean, social media is loaded with great singers. And I don't really guess you guys consider that competition, do you? Or is it all part of a big brotherhood of singing groups?
Right. No, our journey is our journey.
Yeah.
And what we do is special and unique to us, and what others do, it's special and unique to them as well. And there's just so much space for so many artists and so many people to share their gifts and their talents. So, we don't really look at it as competition, but we support other groups as well too, and they just love music, so they listen to all types of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'd love to get another. How many songs you guys going to perform for us?
We could do it however many you want.
I'm thinking 3 sounds pretty good. What do you guys think? All right, let's do one more. We'll chat a little bit more and then get another one. What's going to be next?
Okay, this one is Toyland, and it's arranged by our good friend David Von Kempen, who is a professor at the University of Nebraska in Lincoln.
All right, Jeremy Jordan, who is the man leading this whole group right here. And if you're just tuning in, the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir, we get another song on MMR. Here we go.
Little girl and boy, while you dwell within it, you are ever happy there. Childhood joy and mystic memories. Once you pass its borders, you can never return.
Oh my goodness.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Dynamics are incredible.
Yeah.
On that one.
Kathy was looking around. Did you thought you heard an instrument, didn't you?
I was like, who is that?
I was deep at the very end.
Somebody went down. Who are the basses here? Who is that you down low? Over here?
That last note was hypnotic. Like I felt myself going into a trance. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? That was fantastic.
Wow. It's wonderful. I'm just insanely blown away by that.
You could do that, right?
Sure. 2, 3. So, Jeremy, I'd read that the choir won an award called the War Luciano Pavarotti Trophy. What is that all about?
Yes. So in 2017, under the direction of our previous director, Jason Max Ferdinand, who was my director, they went to Wales, and I'm not sure the name of the competition, but it's called the Choir of the World, and they were able to take home first place in that competition, and so that was something that was historic for the group and those who were involved in it. My brother was a part of that group as well too.
It's very cool.
Together as well, yes. But that was the competition that they won in 2017.
Is there obviously you're competing and there's things that happen. There's a set way that things proceed in these choir groups, but I assume there's some level of innovation that might set one choir apart from another. Is there are there things that you say, could we try this? Hey, let's gargle and sing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, are there things like that you're always saying, could we do this? Because the video that Preston showed us initially was, we'd never seen anything like that. So to me, there's a level of innovation that has to occur for a group like yours to stand out.
Yes, no, absolutely. And I think just it's letting our imaginations, run wild.
Right.
And being able to, yes, we're a collegiate choir and we do the anthems and, classical music and spirituals and all types of different genres, but also just letting what we hear and what we listen to affect our sound and to try different things. So, to try some R&B elements.
Yes.
And, pop and jazz and gospel and different things of that nature. So it's just fun just being able to experiment.
Did I see you guys do a Michael Jackson cover at one point?
You did, yes.
And it was...
Was it Human Nature?
Human Nature, right?
No. We Are the World.
We Are the World. Okay. Yeah. So when you decide to cover a pop song or an R&B song or whatever, what elements of that song make you decide to do that? Like, is it the vocals? Is it the instrumentals? Like, where do you guys decide, all right, this is something we'd like to try to take on?
Mm-hmm. I think it's just a combination of things. And I guess it does start with me being the director. But my father, I call him a human jukebox. And so my father is, I think, 64. So, he grew up on Motown, and 70s and 80s R&B, So I, as a little boy, I'm in the car listening to my dad listen to DeBarge, and
you absorbed it.
I'm listening to Earth, Wind & Fire and Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder and the Jackson 5. And so these are things, that I enjoy listening to. And then as my kind of ear, as I learned and, okay, oh, wow, here's, Green Day.
Yeah.
And here's Hoobastank, and just really listening to different artists as well and growing my musical palette. And so I'm like, because I like everything and they like a lot of different things as well too, like why not sing those things? So we started, it's called Sample Sunday. And, they can find it on our TikTok and Instagram pages, and where we do literally like a minute to 60 to 90 seconds, because people's attention spans
limited. Yeah.
So 60 to 90 seconds of just different stuff. So we've done Blackbird by the Beatles.
Oh, wow.
I've done, and it was in memory of Quincy Jones. The We Are the World. I think we've done
Baby Shark?
Haven't done Baby Shark, but for the next one.
Baby
Shark. But we've done a plethora of stuff. I can't remember everything we've done.
I had a question. I forgot it while I was just talking to you. You'd mentioned your dad and your brother being a singer. Would you guys as a family sing together? Did you learn to harmonize with each other as kids?
Absolutely. So my dad does not sing though. He loves music, but he's a terrible singer. but my mom sings, and so growing up, me, my mom, and my brother, we would sing together. We started, my mom would sing, and then one day for Bible study, she called me up and I sang with her. And then a couple of months later, my brother starts coming and singing with us. So I'm 8, he's 6, and Mom, and we would go around Huntsville and we would sing together. And then as we got older, we kicked Mom out the group.
That's it. She was costing too much.
Yes. And then it was just me and my brothers.
I'm curious about groups like this, people that are just really, really talented in what they do. What do you guys think of things like the Pitch Perfect movies? I mean, they do promote, but you dig them? Yeah, you guys like them?
Yeah.
All right, I wasn't sure. I mean, come on, the riff off, like they didn't rehearse that stuff. I mean, that's fun and everything.
Dude, but when they go in, I love that stuff.
I know, but you can't improv like that.
No, you can't. No, but for movies you can. What about Sister Act 2? Because that for me. Thank you, Lauryn Hill. Right?
It's funny that you mentioned that movie, and so I'm a person who worked heavily on that music and songwriter and producer and musician, also went to Oakwood. So Mervyn Warren Jr.
Wow.
And he was a member of, he started out in a founding member of Take 6 for many years, and he worked on.
He worked with Lauryn Hill?
Yeah.
The only problem I had with that movie is there's a scene where Lauryn Hill is at the piano with another girl and they're singing.
That's Tanya Blunt.
Okay.
Yes.
They needed that scene to be longer, and they needed Lauryn Hill to sing a little bit longer. I think they gave her like 15, 30 seconds, and then I was like, no, that's not enough.
You know what I mean?
Yes. No, I'm with you. And Tanya Blunt is a part of the country soul duo, the War and Treaty. If you've ever heard of the War and Treaty,
I've heard the name. Yeah.
Yes, and so her and her husband Michael Trotter, and we've had the opportunity to work with them as well too, and they're great friends of the choir.
Are you guys ever called upon to accompany other artists to sing? Either live or recorded.
Yes, we just had the opportunity on, I think, December 8th to perform with jazz artist Samira Joy in Louisville, Kentucky. So we've worked with her. We did a recording some time ago with the War and Treaty and Lettucey, and so I'm excited and looking forward to that coming out. And I'm probably missing some things, but we've done some things with Take Six.
Well, I know that
as well.
Kathy is going in the studio again, and probably you'd look for more.
It's just a shame you're not a student anymore, Kath.
I just want to let you know, in fourth grade, we had what was called special chorus, and I desperately wanted to be a part of it. And my mom called the school and asked them to please allow me to join, and they still didn't.
No, your child has literally no talent.
One more thing, and then we want to get another song. I saw this in your information, Jeremy, that you studied vocal performance, and it says pedagogy or pedagogy.
So pedagogy.
Pedagogy.
Right?
What?
Yes.
I'm not familiar.
So it's just a fancy word for art of teaching. So I went to school to learn about vocal performance and performing, and the different languages and styles that you'll use in classical singing, Italian, French, German, etc., and how to teach it. So learning about the voice, how it works, the anatomy, and all those different things. So that's what I went to school for. And we actually have a couple of students in here as well who are going down that path and who study vocal performance.
That's excellent.
Jeremy, the first time I ever heard the name Aeolian was in the movie Coming to America. The king's wife is named that. But I didn't know what it meant until this morning. I looked it up. It's the Greek word for winds. Is that what inspired the name of the group?
Yeah, so I believe so. And I tell people, and there's also an Aeolian like pipe organ and an Aeolian mode.
Okay.
And so it's a big musical meaning with the word. And I believe it was named after like the Aeolian pipe organ, and like you said, the wind and just the sound that the group creates, which it was started in 1946.
Wow. But you could have very easily been named Sister Act 2. Right?
The group started in 1946?
Wow, what a history.
This is our 78th season, I guess.
Wow.
So how important was it for you to keep the tradition alive? So when you took over for the gentleman who was your instructor, not only for you, but for the university as well.
Right. So just being a part of this group, I understood and recognized the rich legacy and the shoulders that we stand on and the tradition. And so I felt that it was, and it's something that means a lot to a lot of people. So I felt that it was something that it was important for me to try to keep that tradition, to keep that long-standing tradition going, because our community, they appreciate it. It's something that they connect with. Like you said, 78 years. I mean, there are people who are still alive that were in the first Aeolian group in 1946.
Astonishing.
And so that means a lot to people, but also just doing something different, and being ourselves.
Are there reunions? Do the old members get back together?
Sometimes when we have our homecoming weekend, our alumni weekend, they come and participate and sing with us.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what if they're going to participate. What song do they sing? Is there like a school song that they sing?
There is.
Okay.
So one song that we do, and we won't be able to do it here now, but it's called Someday, and it's an arrangement of a hymn by Dr. Nathan Carter.
Okay.
And he was the choir director of choral activities at Morgan State University for many years. I think maybe close to 30 years, and he was my teacher's teacher, and he taught him. So he taught, just kind of give you a little quick history. He taught Dr. Lloyd Mallory, and then Dr. Lloyd Mallory taught Jason Max Ferdinand, and then Jason Max Ferdinand also went to Morgan for his master's and learned from Dr. Carter, and then Jason was my teacher. And so the song Someday, for many years, the group has done that, and that's a staple and a tradition that all of the alumni can participate in.
What a rich history.
Yes.
Amazing. Kath, question, and we're going to get a
Do
performance.
the students get any college credits for this?
Yes, they can take it for a class. It is a part of our music department at the university. And if you're a music major or minor, you need ensemble credits. And so this is one of the ensembles that you can take.
Very nice.
One last question. Can you get, are there scholarships available for this?
Yeah, so there's a scholarship that's available for the students for them to be able to be a part of that, and always looking to raise more money for scholarships.
Excellent.
There you go.
You can check them out at oakwoodaeolians.com. Let's get another song. And what are we going to hear this time, Jeremy?
So I think we'll do a Negro spiritual, and this is arranged by Stacey V. Gibbs, and it's called Great God Almighty.
Excellent. This is the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir in our studio. One more song, and here we go on MMR.
God, praise God. God, praise God, Almighty, mighty God. God, praise God, Almighty, mighty God. Praise God, Almighty, mighty. Praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty. Riding in a hurry, riding, Captain, riding like the angry. Yes, Lord. In one hand, Captain, cowhide in the other. Yes, Lord. Singing, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty. Captain went to yelling. Oh, Captain went to yelling. Take off your shirt now, 'cause I'm gonna kill God. No, 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 no. Praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God Almighty, praise God Almighty, mighty, praise God. Praise God Almighty, mighty. Hear the captain coming, riding, won't be no more running and hiding. Oh, hear my cry, oh Lord, please hear my plea, oh Lord. Bully went to pleading. Have mercy, mercy, mercy. Oh Lord, have mercy, mercy. Captain, don't you kill me. Oh, Captain, don't you kill me. Don't you kill me. Don't stop. I'm fighting till my death. I'm gonna keep on running till my very last breath. Shouting, praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God Almighty. Praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God Almighty. Praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God Almighty. Praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God Almighty. Praise God Almighty, mighty. Praise God Almighty. Praise God Almighty God.
Oh my, come on! Man, oh man, oh man. We're just tuning in the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir with an amazing performance here in our studio. So much power. I mean, it's like, you guys hit that opening note, kind of scared me. And by the way, nobody's feeling it more than the gal in the back right back there. Way getting into it. I love that. I absolutely love it. You guys are on the road. You're performing, like I said, tomorrow night in New York. They're going to be at the
Ephesus.
Ephesus, thank you.
Ephesus,
Seventh-day.
Seventh Adventist Church. Yes.
And then where after that? Are you? Well, it's going to be Christmas shortly after.
After that, we head home and we get about a 2-week break, and then we'll be back in school.
Wow, Man, oh man.
Obviously, you can purchase the music, as you said before.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oakwood, Aeolians.com. But you said also on Spotify.
Yeah, so the name of our Christmas album is, which you heard, Toyland, which is that's on the album. So it's called Aeolians, an Old-Fashioned Christmas. And we wanted to create something that was timeless and to a spin on some classic Christmas songs and carols. And so it is named after the Carpenters' song, An Old-Fashioned Christmas. And there's an arrangement on there by Matt Cousin.
Very nice. I love it.
Real quick, I'm going to play this because we're wrapping the segment up, but Marissa had isolated them doing Blackbird.
Oh, yes.
You want to hear just a little bit of
sure.
this? So this is it. Find that on Spotify, that version?
You can find it on YouTube.
On YouTube.
And Instagram.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of live performances of you guys on YouTube, right?
Absolutely, yes.
You know, we know somebody who knows Paul McCartney. We could send that to that guy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
Yes.
It's an honor to have you guys here this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to come by here. We hope you guys have a wonderful holiday and all the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear it for Jeremy and the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir. Absolutely amazing. We are going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. Our buddy Doogie Horner is going to be here. Stay put. We'll return shortly.
Preston and Steve.
It's real hair. Yeah. It's real hair. I mean, it's just like a $1,500 wig, and this particular wig is going to a politician.
All right, somebody who's running for office.
So it's a short crop.
Okay.
You know, it's a short crop.
All right.
Yeah, just take a look-see.
All right, Superfly, come on in. Let's take a look and see. Yeah. Yes. Oh, dude, Steve. Man. Oh,
Out of sight.
Yeah. That looks real.
It looks pretty real. I think this looks the realest. Apparently, I would be a really good black dude.
It's a tight curl.
You know what this reminds me of, though? And see if this frames you a little bit. Like Mr. Brady.
A little bit.
A little Mr. Brady in the latter part of the series.
Okay.
Sort of what they would call an Isro.
Yeah. No, you know what it looks like? It looks like my friend Nolan, who's Jewish.
Now, Peter, Bobby, someone broke that vase.
All right. So, other than the Brady affectation, what kind of can you need to look at yourself in the mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a look and see what name, what voice, what your style is going to be.
Wesley Python. You like that?
Yes.
I love the name, Wesley Python.
My name is Wesley.
Yeah.
Wesley Python.
So are you kind of? Oh, then they're kind of like a Billy D.
I'm like a Billy D.
Okay.
I'm like a malt liquor drinking.
All right.
Wannabe.
Yeah. Smooth.
Wesley Python. Smooth.
Yeah.
I go down like my ladies.
Hang on, I want to try something else. Yo, Wesley.
Is that good?
No, he's Isaac from the Love Boat.
I'll do it again.
Yeah. Yo, Wesley.
Fell over.
With the headphones on.
Yeah, there we go.
I love
even
it.
better.
Oh, that looks good.
Hey, all you boppers out there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right.
Wigapalooza on the Preston Steve Show.
From Funkadelic. Wesley Python with you. Let's get the funk on.
Hey, Wesley, do you have a
Hey,
favorite?
if you want to hear the song, send me a fax.
Do you have a favorite
That'd
so
be
far?
a self-addressed stamped envelope,
Yeah.
probably.
Send a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll try to get it on for you in 3 weeks when it arrives.
Do you have a favorite so far?
Was that, little man?
Do you have a favorite wig so far?
Let me see. I'm kind of like, for the one that looks the most real, this one.
Yeah, right.
And the last one. They're both the ones made with human hair. The synthetics, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it.
I'm thinking the Chet was my favorite.
Chet,
The Chet was good.
I'm the man with the plan.
Last birthday I saw is an actor named Adam Devine. And
Yes.
he was in Pitch Perfect. So,
Yeah.
Casey, I'm sure you got something queued up. Is him singing?
No, this is actually Ben Platt singing. He took over for Adam Devine because Adam left the band to go be a backup singer for John Mayer, if you recall, in that particular movie.
Okay, so this is the end of the movie, and they do that song Magic. Yeah. You love this version of it.
Oh, my God, dude. I get so welled up.
Do it. Play it. I want to see you cry. He went on. He also had a role on Modern Family for a while.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I like him. He's good.
He's very funny.
Good, cool, comedic actor. He was also in a movie that I like a lot, The Intern.
Yep.
And he was in Why Him. He's been in a whole bunch of stuff. So here we go.
All of it, man. Like, it just builds to a crescendo, and these guys, and then the Barton Bellas, and I just get so happy.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
There's also a scene in Madagascar 3.
Oh, my God.
Where I think it's the hippo.
That's when the series hits its stride.
Oh, my God. When the hippo comes out and like, because they're working towards this big show, this big circus, and then the hippo comes out and Firework is playing from Katy Perry, and I got so happy that I started crying.
Listen, it's very impactful. I think even Gene Simmons got a little teary-eyed.
That hippo makes the appearance in Madagascar 3. You need to understand it's the culmination of everything. This very large creature you would not think would be so adroit on the stage wows everyone, including a group of meerkats.
Even kind of, stone-hearted Gene Simmons crumbled to that.
Melted this icy heart. My face, I was smiling so hard, my surgically reattached face slid off my skull.
Oh my God.
There's another crescendo.
There's an incredible scene where a platypus sings, "I was made for loving you."
What were you going to say?
I can't well, I just know it's at the end of the new Muppets movie that has Jason Segel in it.
Right.
Because they're doing this like telethon to save this theater. Something, is it the chickens? I don't know.
Happening?
Of course, the famous chicken scene.
I get so happy. Yes, they're doing the Gnarls Barkley song.
Oh.
It's F.U.?
Yes.
Okay. When they do that again, I'm so happy that I start crying. I don't know why.
It's just the way
I cry out of happiness sometimes. Back to you, Preston.
From this made you cry? That one did?
I don't know. Maybe I was
Do you want to bawl like a little girl?
Yeah.
You want to see a chipmunk sing Gnarls Barkley? Now that's incredible.
Oh my God.
It's just a crescendo, and when it gets to that part, I don't know why I'm.
You
so
like
happy.
those? You like
I
those?
Love it.
Tug at the heartstrings.
All right. Well, how about at the end of Coco, where he's singing the song to the grandmother, Coco? That one puts me in absolute tears. Now, it's a little different than a chicken singing Gnarls.
You gotta understand, it's a crescendo that builds to that, right?
Okay.
It's there's a whole like sequence, and then it gets to the chicken singing.
Okay, I'm sorry. We have it on the video screen. Now that I see it, yes, wow, what a tearful moment.
Those incredibly talented chickens.
Well, the holiday season begins in earnest when Oprah Winfrey's annual list of favorite things arrives. Showing America all of the wonderful things we probably can't afford this season.
Do you remember how huge this used to be? When she would have that episode?
Yeah. And by the way,
in fact, our favorite things when we first did the Christmas Miracle, that's what it was based on.
Yeah.
The original name was Things That Make Us Explode in Our Pants.
That's correct. By the way, Kathy's holiday activities list will be coming sometime soon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much ready. Marissa and I were talking about yesterday.
We're waiting on some musical accompaniment for that, so it's on the way.
Strange
My God, that was sexy the way she said that.
Ew, really? Don't ever say that.
But you went, yeah.
That's how I feel about holiday
I know.
activities.
That's what turns you
She
on.
bites her lower
sex,
lip
no
like Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
Activities.
So
Floral and Hardy.
And she followed that up with, ew, don't ever say that.
Because it came from you. That's weird.
I know. And on Wednesday,
Oh my God, I'm so moist. Winter activities. This year including Hanukkah and Ramadan.
All right, so, and on Wednesday, even the 64-year-old admits that the list has gotten a wee bit out of hand in recent years. She said, these days, choosing my favorite things makes me a little cuckoo. What started as an organic extension of wanting to treat people to some of the things I truly love has turned into an annual list that takes a team to curate. I then go through every item, picking my favorites and narrowing the selection to my own. It's a process, but because it's important to me to remain as true to my original inspiration as possible. My guideline, do I really like it enough to want to receive it myself? So that's how she decides what's going to be on here.
Look at the judgment parameters. She's a multi. What is she, a billionaire now at this point?
Yeah. But she still likes fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know, little
Maseratis.
Yeah, little Maseratis you can play with. Perhaps the most infantile is a onesie sweatsuit for adults, dubbed the jumpsuit. In L.A., relax.
I already have one.
Onesie, we're running $168.
I have one that has Michael Dukakis' picture on it.
Yes. Like a onesie for grown-ups, this jumpsuit is a pleasure to wear on a long trip because you can curl up in it and still look fresh when you get where you're going. The stripe down the leg sure does slenderize as well, she says.
Hey, have you seen anything that's this year's Snuggie? You remember like a couple of Christmas seasons ago?
I have. Did you see? It's like an oversized hoodie sweatshirt.
No, I have not seen
it. That you can kind of like snuggle into.
So like you can pull it all the way up over you
All
and
right,
everything?
so you know how like you and I don't do things like this, or like guys, we don't like cuddle up on the couch and crawl up into like a little ball, right? and sit up straight. So it's meant for girls
who bend their knees, and I know.
Yeah, who bend their knees.
So pull the end of it down over like a full blanket. I got you.
Yeah, like kind of put the legs over to the side.
I sit like this. With like,
yeah, it's called a huggle. Is that what it's called? Yeah, there it is.
The huggle hoodie.
Huggle hoodie.
Case, go do it on our couch.
I can. I'm not flexible enough to do that.
I can't bend my knees up like that. I do pull my arms into my shirt from time to time, though.
Yeah, you do in meetings sometimes too.
Yeah,
what I found out on
there are a couple things. The hand tuck under the thighs as you're sitting there.
Yep.
I like to build a pillow wall along my sides to keep airflow at a minimum.
Right.
And when you really want to get in cozy mode.
Yeah.
So that way I can sit down and fall asleep during the shows I'm watching.
Yeah, right, exactly. Case, this looks like a good idea for like maybe 3 minutes, and then I just start to sweat and like would not be able to get out of it.
I'm stuck.
I'm dying in here.
I bend my legs. I'm stuck.
He's like, I can't breathe. Holy Jesus. I need water.
Start having a panic attack.
Yes. I love when you go, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
So those are Oprah's, some of her favorite things this year.
Okay.
What about the $1 billion? Is that one of her favorite things? No.
Please welcome the one and only Mr. Mickey Hart.
Yay! All right.
Morning,
okay. Wow, I love the way you did that.
Well, thank you. I love the way you're
that was really great. You had rhythm. You had rhythm.
See?
Thank you.
You know,
who could ask for anything more?
Let's get right into that. I love that you love rhythm so much. It's a huge part of your life.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's not melody and it's not harmony, but it certainly is rhythm.
You were exposed to percussive instruments and rhythm early on. Your dad was well known and well respected. And
I wouldn't go that far.
He was a musician?
He was a musician?
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, really? All right.
But he did dabble.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
More
And
than
then,
dabble,
and then
actually.
you were working in a you had a job and you were
I had a job once.
A jazz club
Once.
Yeah.
A long time ago. I can't remember having the last time I had a job. Just thinking,
You don't call this a
thinking
job?
of the idea of having to have a job just gives me the willies. I mean, what would I do with the job? Oh my God.
You wouldn't be a 9-to-5 guy working the cubicle?
No, I doubt it. But if I had to, I would.
You would.
Yeah, but I don't have to, and I won't.
Yeah.
But so you don't view what you do as a job?
Oh
work.
no, it's a service. It's a service industry. I mean, that's what music is all about. You know, you provide a place where people can come and have an emotional moment,
Right.
And ritualize. So, yeah, I know, and I think it's very profound, and I'm very, what should I say, honored or blessed or whatever you want to call it, to happen to fall into this universe as a percussionist or a drummer. You know, to be able to do that is,
But maybe even
It's a
people.
good thing.
But people who are maybe in the same situation as you, viewing it as a job. The fact that you don't view it as some, you
WMMR.
All right, thanks, Kath. Our next guest back in our studio this morning. He will be taping his third comedy special at Underground Arts in Philadelphia, and that is this fun Thursday. And you can get tickets at undergroundarts.com. And we are very happy to welcome one more time to our show, Doogie Horner.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Nice to see you, sir. And you said you were going to sing Frosty the Snowman for us.
Frosty the Snowman.
A lot to live up to with the Aeolians of Oakwood University Choir.
They were incredible, beautiful singing.
Yeah.
Have you ever followed like a powerhouse on stage in comedy and because like you're kind of subdued and I love your humor, but it's a little more laid back than say I don't know, Gallagher.
Yeah, I'm a laid back guy, and sometimes someone will just be out there like really dirty, really loud, and very high energy, and then I come out and they give me like a high energy song too. They're like, and then I come out and go like, "Hey, did you ever notice penny loafers? What's the deal?"
It's not a transition. In fact, I was watching, and I don't know how this eluded me, but when you were on America's Got Talent, right, years ago, they made reference, and I don't know, and I'll ask you right now, about that you needed a little bit more razzle dazzle, and you came out, doing your stand up, and then you had flare shooting and dancing girls, and it was
great.
effing hilarious. Was that part of? Did you put that together, or was that a suggestion? How did that end up being? Because I think it played pretty well.
Yeah. So the first round when I was on the show, the audience booed me and heckled me,
right,
and then I started yelling at them, not as part of my act, but just because I was like, well, I'm going to get voted off anyway, so I might as well.
Go for it.
And then the people liked that. And so, but when I got to the third rounds, I realized I was like, I need to do something. And they asked me ahead of time, they go, so what do you need for your act? And I said, well, just a microphone. And they said, okay. And I go, well, so wait a minute, what do you mean, what do I need? And they're like, well, other people they're juggling chainsaws and things. And so we give them different things. And I said, well, so could I have some pyrotechnics if I wanted? And they said, yeah. And I said, could I have a giant sign made of light bulbs that says fart? And they said, yeah. And I said, okay, and at the end of my act, can I have a herd of teacup pigs run out on stage at the end of my act? And then they said, they're like, well, teacup pig's a very rare animal. And also anytime we have animals, you need animal handlers, which is expensive. And so they said, what about instead of a herd of teacup pigs at the end of your act, beautiful dancing girls run out? And I was like, that is the exact opposite of a herd of teacup pigs. I said, what about children dressed as pigs that run out? And they're like, we're not even going to touch that. And they said, what about can dancers? And I said, are they wearing pig masks? And they said, okay. And just like that. And they were like, boom, get the can dancers. Like it was.
You got to see the footage because there's a certain point where you're talking about, I will not compromise my comedy, and then pyrotechnics go off. It's very well done.
Yeah.
God, I'm sorry. I haven't seen it, but I have can dancers.
I know, with pig masks.
And I'm thinking,
your mind is reeling.
Oh my God!
So it's been a while since we have you, and you going through the list. You do a lot of writing, and obviously you have the Die Hard book. And I just saw that there's a Die Hard Christmas gift set. Is that a new thing, or has that been out for a while?
I think that came out last year. Yeah, it's got like a plushie.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and that
for the kids.
Finally, Die Hard Christmas movie? Yes or no?
Oh, I just can't believe it's a debate.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. Now, I understand.
It's resurfaced now because that footage of Bruce Willis saying categorically it is not is making the rounds on social media.
I know, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. How would he know? How would he know?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
I think it is. I understand why people say it's not because it does have a very high body count.
Yes.
But that movie could not happen at another time of year. He's there for the Christmas party. Right. The movie's all about the importance of family, realizing what's really important.
True.
And things like that. And I think the themes are Christmas. He's there because it's Christmas.
The music is Christmas.
The music is Christmas. The setting is Christmas. He tapes the gun to his back with
Christmas tape.
Yeah. There's so many plot points that wouldn't work if it wasn't the.
You got ho
There's
ho
a ho 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 in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So many things.
It's too much. I agree. I think that he's wrong, and we'll just have to call that.
But do you sit down and watch it with Polar Express and Elf and all of that?
That I do not. However, last night I watched Terrifier 3 again, and that is a Christmas movie.
What's that movie?
Terrifier 3 with Art the Clown. It is a slasher movie, but it is Christmas. It needs to take. There's something about Deadly Night or
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Right, and then there's a couple. It does lend itself to, I think, the glow of the lights and so on and so forth. That makes it a little bit more magical. Would you agree?
I agree with that. There's something about Christmas that is, I mean, I know Gremlins is another good example.
I always say Lethal Weapon is one as well. That happens around Christmas time. Steve, I got to ask you, because I've never seen Silent Night, Deadly Night. Like, what's the...
It's considered one of the quintessential horror. It sort of started the slasher genre.
Has there ever been a Christmas movie where Santa kills people on the naughty list?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of it. There's a number of them, yeah. You're a horror fan as well, yes? Or not so much?
I'm a big horror fan. My wife and I go to I don't know if you guys know Exhumed Films. They show a lot of old movies, and every year they do a 24-hour horror movie marathon here in Philadelphia. Huh. They used to do it at the International House, and now they do it at the Colonial Theater. And we go every year. We love it.
Colonial Theater in Phoenixville?
We're going to be there on Thursday.
Yeah. It's a 24-hour marathon, and they don't tell you the movies ahead of time. So you never know what the next movie coming up is going to be, and it's a lot of deep cuts, a lot of stuff you never heard of.
Well, then you have to check out the Terrifier series, the Damien Leone, Art the Clown. When you thought they couldn't do a clown, I mean, Pennywise kind of cornered the market on twisted clowns, but Art the Clown is in a class by himself. So and there are all, as an aficionado or a fan of, if you like old style, I would say. It's nostalgic, late 80s, 90s practical gore effects. And that's kind of what it's on. And it's on a whole other level. And, yeah, so great for the family.
Bring the kids, bring the grandma.
In fact, they made a big thing because some kids... And it's done in a way. He's bad, you know, so when he kills kids, and you're not seeing it straight on camera, but, you know, he goes to town. So, yeah.
Do you have kids, by the way?
Yeah, I have 2 kids. They're 2 and 9.
Okay.
And actually, this is crazy, but when we found out we were having kids, we're like, oh, I can't wait till they can come to the marathon with us. But so what we do is every year at Halloween, I do something called Spooky Fest, where we show, it's a mini marathon where we show scary movies that are okay for kids, like Ernest Scared Stupid, Mr. Boogedy, Mars Attacks.
Mr. Boogedy.
Mr. Boogedy.
Oh, my God. Yeah. That was like a Disney movie of the week in 86 or something like that.
I don't remember Mr. Boogedy.
So it's very campy, and the makeup is cheesy, but as a kid... it's slightly scary. It's a great...
Like Goosebumps.
Similar vibe, I guess, or whatever. But my youngest brother, Josh, was terrified of Mr. Boogedy because he was like 3 or 4 when it came out. So my other brother, Adam, and I would go around and be like, Boogedy, Boogedy. And scare Josh. So it holds a special place in my heart. So what other movies are on this list for you?
We showed Godzilla's Revenge.
Okay.
Which the kids hated. The Littlest Vampire.
What about like Hocus Pocus, or is that too mainstream?
I was gonna show Hocus Pocus, but I didn't.
What about taking a deep? So my dad indoctrinated me early, so we got into the Universal horror monsters. I mean, we had monster movies. We weren't doing light fare. I don't know if there was a lot of light fare like horror stuff when I was a kid like that. But, we got in, and then I remember my mother taking me to a matinee when The Exorcist came out. When adults wouldn't even go, I was going, and I friggin' loved it. But
you loved it?
Yes.
Wow.
My dad, from the get-go, always made it clear, and this is how I was able to kind of be bulletproof to this stuff. He says, remember, if you get scared, if you were to just come back a few inches, there's a director and there's a guy standing there with a clipboard and it's a movie. Mm-hmm. And by that framing, I was able to always, if it got too much, just process it that way.
Yeah.
And, but I was handling some pretty heavy stuff. What's going to be your first step over into Doogie approved horror when you want to make the kids make the leap?
Well, like I said, they're already watching like Gremlins, and we did Gremlins 2.
Right.
So I'm doing
Hills Have Eyes?
Hills Have Eyes. They love it. No, I'm doing it slow because it's like you can't unsee certain things.
No, it can be traumatic.
Oh my God!
It
You're
can
talking
be.
about the Exorcist. It
Yeah.
traumatized
Oh, yeah.
I
me
mean,
as a
listen,
kid.
Large Marge on I was 10 years old. That scared the ever living daylights out of me. In
Still
fact,
scares me.
it does, right? But they almost didn't put that in. Because they thought it was too startling and too scary for these kids. And I'm glad that they didn't, even though at that time it scared the absolute crap out of me.
The claymation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you didn't see it was coming. You didn't have...
It was kind of a jump scare.
There are elements to movies that are not meant to be scary that can scar you. I mean, the classic Disney, Bambi's mom getting whacked. That is a horrifying moment.
Dude, The Lion King. When
Yeah.
he throws the dad off the cliff. Spoiler alert. We don't watch those. We'll watch Mr. Boogedy, but Lion King? No way, dude.
All right, so let's fast forward to Christmas. So you've got a 2 and a 9-year-old. So you guys are, this is deep into it with
We're
kids
in it.
that age. Yeah.
Magic time.
And what's their, have you done them all Santa or anything like that? Or
Yeah, we did the Santa Express this season.
Oh,
and
okay.
we met Santa.
How was that?
It was good.
They do like a little bit of a production, don't they? Where you kind of, what is involved with the full deal? It's not just sitting on Santa's lap, right?
Well, I mean, on the Santa Express, the star is really the train.
Yeah.
It was a big old choo-choo with all the steam and stuff and very nice. And
Where'd you do that?
we did it. So we live in Western New York, and it was somewhere out in Western New York, near us.
I'm doing it this Saturday with the Colebrook Dale has a great Polar Express train. We do it every year.
Oh, cool.
Santa comes through, Mrs. Claus comes through.
Nice.
And I'm like, I'm as into it as the kids are. It's friggin' awesome.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's really fun. They got Coco, and Santa walks through, and he says hi to the kids. And
How are you building, well, if you assist Santa, I should say, how are your toy building capabilities?
they're pretty bad. I let my wife handle it. She's way better at that than I am.
Have you opened up a vein on any of those, what do they call tortoiseshell containers?
Oh, dude, they're so sharp.
Clamshell. They
so
are.
sharp.
I've literally, I remember one year, and my mom had to tell me to calm the hell down. This is when my children were infants.
Sure, yeah.
I'm like, you mother. I mean, just letting it fly. And they were like, it's Christmas.
So this is Christmas. Let's take it down a notch.
I'm building a dollhouse at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, man, I've had to do that. I'm Santa's helper. And there's a reason why he employs elves most of the time.
Yes.
Because you're not good at it.
Because I'm not good at
Yeah,
that stuff.
same.
But sometimes, we're in a little bit of a time crunch, so I got to help Santa out.
Well, I think nothing could be as daunting, and I don't have kids, but I think of my parents or any of you guys doing it, when the clock is running on your time frame, and you only got a little while, and it's got to be the most under pressure a parent can feel, correct?
Yes and no. I mean, I love Christmas, and so I don't get too stressed about it.
Right.
For me, I know a lot of people find the holiday season stressful, but I don't. I love it.
Yeah, you don't seem like you'd get wound up about a lot.
I'm a laid back guy.
So I had mentioned that this is the comedy special taping on Thursday. Underground Arts in Philadelphia is where Doogie Horner is going to be, and there are tickets available. Is there a theme, or do you just do a special?
This one, we're especially doing it. We wanted to. My producer asked me if I could do something that was. I'm naturally pretty clean, but he asked if I could do something that was like totally clean.
Okay.
And so that was our goal for this one.
Yeah, you're not. You've never.
There's one joke in particular that's not that clean.
I got one dirty joke. I have one or two. It's weird. It's like I'm a pretty clean guy, but then every now and then I'll tell one or two jokes that are, not dirty, but dirty for me. And so he was like, "Can you do something that's like just clean, totally clean?" And so this special is actually going to be cleaner than. So right now I'm also writing and illustrating middle grade graphic novels, and this special is actually going to be cleaner than the middle grade graphic novel I'm doing.
So what is, because you have, I was going through a list, you have Invisible Boy.
Yep.
And a lot of these I have some very interesting cats perhaps you weren't aware of. 100 Ghosts, a gallery of harmless haunts. Christmas in the Batcave, is that your newest, correct?
Christmas in the Batcave just came out, yeah.
Right. Everything. Now, I love everything explained through flowcharts. That is an ultimate bathroom book. You gave it to us last time. Any more of those in the pipeline?
I stopped doing flowcharts. They were like breaking my brain. You do so many charts, and then you start to see like it's like the Matrix or A Beautiful Mind. Like everything becomes a chart to you. And I'm like, I got to step away.
So you're done. With the newest book, so you're a massive Batman fan.
Yeah.
And Christmas in the Batcave. What is it the conceit as obvious as it sounds by the title?
Yeah, Christmas in the Batcave is about how difficult it must be to do Christmas when you're Batman, because you don't get a night off when you're Batman, and he's trying to fight crime. He's got his whole family over there, all the other, bat people and stuff. It's just about that, the challenges of that night.
So there's a friend of ours, Gene Beretta. He and his brother are, tied into the Disney and the Muppets and so on and so forth. And he writes books. He'll write history books, and he'll tailor them towards, younger readers. And I remember talking to him about it, and it's fulfilling, but it's kind of a little daunting to stay in that pocket. Do you find you gravitate towards it naturally, or is there a little extra difficulty in tailoring to a younger audience?
I naturally, even my books that were supposed to be for adults kids have ended up liking them. Like Some Very Interesting Cats and 100 Ghosts were supposed to be for adults. But then I had kids coming up to me after shows and asking me to sign them and things, and I realized that I think I'm a naturally very immature person.
You write for kids.
I end up writing for kids whether I meant to or not.
So, what do you enjoy more, the writing or the crafting of the story, or the illustrating?
Well, that's why I'm really glad that I'm doing comic books now, because I like combining both.
And that's Invisible Boy, right?
Yeah, so The Adventures of Invisible Boy is a middle grade graphic novel series, and I always wanted to draw comic books, but I was never a good enough drawer. And, I can't draw hands, I can't draw helicopters.
But there's a whole joke in the Marvel universe about the artist that can't draw, feet. So,
Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, right. So it doesn't matter as long as, as you get your story across, right?
That's what I learned. Over the pandemic, I was drawing comic books with my son Kirby, and he would describe the comic to me, and I would have to draw it. So I had to draw as quick as he was talking.
Yeah.
And I discovered that, you don't have to draw perfectly. Like, I was making good, fun comic books that he enjoyed. The story matters. The acting of the characters matters. The content matters. What are you putting in the panels? What are you choosing to put in there? The editing from panel to panel. And if you can't draw perfectly, it kind of doesn't matter.
It's fascinating, because if you see the artists that are the greater, or even those who are not mid-level or whatever, like Frank Miller was one of my absolute favorites.
Oh, he's great.
Then you realize the art of panel placement and how you progress the story on a page, and whether the page causes a page flip for a reveal, and all of that is part of the storytelling that you wouldn't normally think is conveying it. Let me ask you, so now that you are doing comic book stuff with Invisible Boy, who appeals to you more, the hero or the villains?
Heroes are in a tough position.
Yeah.
Because they're less interesting.
By their nature, right? I mean, because I'm a massive Batman fan as well. I think you know that. But the more interesting, a lot of times, are the villains.
The villains, Batman is especially an interesting case because it's kind of about how, his parents died, spoiler alert, and is he going to go crazy or not?
Yeah.
And the Batman version of him is the side of his personality that's like, okay, I'm not going to go nuts, I'm going to keep it together. And then all of his villains represent different psychoses.
It's interesting, yeah.
And so they're naturally more interesting because they're crazy and they're colorful and they're doing all the things you're not supposed to do. And Batman's the 9-to-5 job that we work every day.
That's an interesting take.
Doogie, you're a creative person. I don't think I'm inherently that creative, but I had an idea last night that I thought was kind of funny, and I'm watching Dune Prophecy on HBO Max. And I just thought in my head, Scooby Dune would be funny, right?
Boom, let's do it. Green light.
Well,
green light.
So
Boom.
I Googled it. It turns out it's somebody already did it. Yeah, which pissed me off because I was going to pitch it to you today. But
I got a pitch for you.
Scooby Dune, right? But do you ever do you have to Google your own ideas to make sure that nobody else has done it?
Yeah.
Or do you not even care about it?
Yeah, the internet is bad because it's like you find stuff that it's so hard to find something that somebody hasn't already done.
Yeah, but you can head off a lawsuit, and that helps. Catch it at the beginning.
Scooby-Doo.
Right? I thought it was a good
Now
idea.
I'm all over that.
I know.
Wow. Doogie, by the way, the book, if people want to get the Batman book, how do they get
Christmas
that?
in the Batcave.
Christmas in the Batcave, the best place to get any book is with your local bookstore.
Okay.
Support local small businesses. There's also different, there's a website where you can go where it's like Amazon, but instead of buying from Amazon, you're buying from local bookstores.
Okay.
I wish I could remember the name. Or you can just, go to
Is it
Amazon
by any
and
chance
buy some
bustyasians.com?
That's it.
Yep, you got it. Sure it is.
Wow. Well, listen, get tickets to see Doogie's filming. It's going to be the third comedy special. This is the third time you've done it at Underground Arts?
No, this is just going to be my third
comedy
special.
says, okay.
Yeah.
At Underground Arts. And this is going to be on Thursday night. Show starts at 8 o'clock, but doors open at 7. You can get tickets through undergroundarts.org. So go see Doogie and be a part of this. It's good to see you again, man. And we
Thank
wish
you.
you all the best.
Thanks for having
Christmas
me.
and everything. You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear it for Doogie, guys. Doogie Horner. And we are going to take another break. We'll come back in just a sec. So please hang for a moment. Why don't you?
Preston and Steve.
It's not easy, but it's not like a job. It's like when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is think of, the new day and what kind of new rhythms there are in it and how I can interpret that. And that's what musicians do. They interpret, society and whatever, you've seen or whatever it is, and they lay down that groove. And every 5-10 years you find a new groove and you work at it. Yeah, you do work at it, but you work at play. You work to play.
Sure.
You have to keep your skill up. I play every day 2-3 hours.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Absolutely. In order to get up there and do what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an athletic event. It's not like lounge drumming and stuff. This is the power stuff.
Well, speaking of reinventing and finding new grooves, I want to ask you about John Mayer because he's been with the band and touring with you guys for a stretch now. And I think a lot of people initially dismissed him as poppy and not the really great, incredible guitarist that he is. And from my perspective, he seems like the perfect fit for the Dead because he holds you guys in reverence, but he can also hold his own. What are your impressions on John?
John's a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
He's a gunslinger, as it were. And his guitar, he's beautiful. He plays great. He fits perfectly in the band, and he's a nice guy. I mean, I know he has this reputation and all that stuff, but I've never had a moment of weirdness with him. He's just a very pleasant person to be around, and he plays his ass off.
Before he was a star, he played in the conference room down the hall in these offices. And I went to see his show that night, and one of his strings broke during the performance. He tuned the guitar to itself and kept it. He didn't miss a beat. And right then, I knew this guy had it, and I was so impressed by his ability.
I'll tell you when I knew he had it was one day when he was just joined the band, and I had gotten him into this droning things, feeding back, getting a little crazy. And so during the drums and bass part, he got down on his knee and he put the guitar into the speaker and he started feeding back. And I was looking at him and I was saying, oh, okay. So I walked around to the front of the speaker, sat down right next to him, and I had on one hand I had what do you call it, lighter fluid.
Yeah.
And the other hand I had a Bic.
Okay.
And so he looked at me, I looked at him, and I went like that. And for a minute, I thought he was
going to do it.
And then so he took it. He did take it while he was feeding back, and he put he put the Bic on his amplifier, and he took the lighter fluid and used it as a slide. And so he played slides without lighter
didn't go
fluid.
full Hendrix on
and I said, John, you were going to do it, weren't you? And he said, I was really thinking about it, but the guy who makes my guitar is in the audience. I couldn't do it. But he almost lit his guitar on fire, so I knew right then he was okay.
Wow. I was wondering if you had watched the Grateful Dead documentary that was on Amazon and what your thoughts are. No?
No.
It was very, very in depth.
Oh God, it was just awful. I just did not like it.
You didn't care for it.
It was just a one-sided affair, and it was not for me. And it really didn't show the Grateful Dead in its totality. It was more like a Jerry, you know, whatever that
puff
is,
piece on
memorial thing or whatever. He was trying to do, but it wasn't really. It didn't have the heart of the Grateful Dead.
Okay.
That's for sure.
There's been a lot done about it.
They made me watch. Oh, I watched it once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to say I didn't like it. But that's it. I didn't see it at the premiere. Me and Bob and Bill, we went out and had dinner.
Yeah.
While they showed the movie.
That's funny.
We came back right at the end when they all started. And we go, okay.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you about some of the things that you do like. I was listening to the concert in Paris, 1974, this morning.
Yeah.
What was it besides the United States? What was your favorite country to play in?
Oh, Jesus, that's a good question. I think that I can't answer that question because they're all good when you play good. You know, every country is the same. If the music is played well and we have a great time, France is great, England's great, Germany, it's all good if we play well. If we don't play well, the city sucks.
It's this place.
We blame it on the city.
Blame it on the city.
Of course.
Franklin Port.
I also, as a fan, there's an ebb and flow to the way I listen to your music, and so recently I flowed back to. I guess I ebbed back to. I ebbed back to studio albums. Do you? I don't know if you ever listen to your own music.
No.
But do you have a favorite studio album?
Yeah, I would have to say it would be, it was half studio and half live. It was called Anthem of the Sun. I think it was our second record, back 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was probably my favorite. American Beauty, Working Man's Dead. They were nice, fuzzy, warm.
See, my first album I ever bought was Mars Hotel, so I automatically go back to that one. And Unbroken Chain. And
we were never very good in the studio. We never could cage the animal in the studio.
When did you realize that? It seemed to be early on.
Yeah, well, we thought we could make. No one knew how to make a record. But I mean, we didn't know how to make anything. We were just musicians at the time, and we weren't really savvy on the studio. No one had a studio.
Right
now, I have a studio. Everybody has a studio, so we just weren't producible. There was too much anarchy. In the band. Too many people wanting to do. They had strong opinions of it. So, and we never really liked it in the studio with the four walls. It was too captivating. We were like a captive in the studio. And we never really made a great record.
You guys had a pop explosion in the late 80s when you hit with Touch of Grey and Hell in a Bucket, In the Dark. Was that fun? Was that cool? Was it neat seeing a whole bunch of people who maybe had not been turned? You always had legions of loyal fans, but here all of a sudden, boom, you had fresh music. And the tour was gigantic. Was it fun?
Oh, yeah, it was fun, but it wasn't quite like that. What happened was we were already playing stadiums at the time. That was in 87.
Yeah.
So instead of playing 1 or 2 days at the stadium, we were playing 3 days at the stadium.
Yeah.
So it really didn't affect us much. We just
You guys were touring sold-out shows anyway.
We didn't feel it, which we were playing stadiums. And
yeah, but you know what? I found out about you guys because of the Touch of Grey. There was a music video. I was young at the time, so so you guys had a music video, so you were totally reaching an audience. That,
we never did the videos or anything. We never did a single. So we weren't really part of the music industry. We never played that game. And if we lived by the single, we would die by the single. If we didn't have a hit.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember becoming aware of the Grateful Dead, through the iconic artwork that was associated with the band.
Yep.
What's that about? What's that about? So that predates, obviously, videos, but still, a visual medium brought me into the awareness of the music, which is very cool.
Exactly. It mirrored the music. In the old days, how that started was these artists would come to the shows, and we were all getting high, on psychoactive drugs, taking acid and whatever. And these were physical representations of what the music sounded like. they would go home and they would start painting, and they're still high, and that's what these things were representing. They were representing the music.
How were you vetting that, or was it just sort of, if you want to do it, or would you guys kind of consciously say, I don't like that, doesn't represent our band right, or was it just an open source?
Well, luckily in our case, the people would come up with these incredible,
iconic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we just had to choose between the good stuff. I mean, it was so much good
great.
around. And a lot of people went home and just did it, and it was uncommissioned.
Yeah,
they just went out and said, "This has to be done."
Wow.
And so then all of a sudden we looked at them, we go, "That's us." And they go, "Okay, cool."
That's cool.
That's it.
Let me ask you, with the art and your painting, I mean, did people automatically take to it? Were you afraid you were going to get here's a musician trying to be a painter sort of deal?
I'm not afraid.
Yeah. So what was that jump like, and how well were you received initially? Because I mean, honestly, we were looking at the stuff. It's pretty amazing looking.
There it is.
Yeah. So what was that initially like?
Well, I didn't think of it as it's art. You know,
it is
came
art.
out. It's
right.
You follow the muse. I mean, you're an artist. You know, the thing that turns you on, makes you do things artistically. And first time I did it, I walked into the house, and my daughter looked at it and she said, "You know, Dad, this got legs."
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Legs. She liked it.
Yeah.
And so if my daughter liked it, and she doesn't like much.
Does she like the Dead? Does she like
that?
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'll paint. If you like it, I'll paint it.
You can take a look for yourself and see Mickey Hart's work. It's called Vibrational Expressionism, The Art of Mickey Hart. And Sunday, back out this way, King of Prussia, noon to 2. Is there a spot where we can go to get all this information, a website or anything, you guys?
I just want to meet the King of Prussia.
Yes, we all do.
And I want to see Mrs. Prussia.
Sure.
Mr. Prussia. And all of the little Prussias.
All the Prussiettes.
Yeah.
I'm actually Mrs. Prussia.
She is.
Yeah.
She shops there all the time.
I heard that she cooks.
Oh,
You heard wrong.
have heard wrong, sir.
Wrong, Mrs. Prussia.
She makes reservations. Yeah.
I can make a mean reservation.
She makes a mean reservation.
She makes a mean Romanoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give some love to the one and only Mr. Mickey Hart.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by, man. So let me go to here, and more broken ribs. I have it says Walper. Is your name Walper?
Walter.
Walper.
Honestly, wouldn't you at least say
Walper?
Is this Judge Wapner calling in?
You got a
Walper.
nickname now, Walter.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you hear what happened to a Walper.
That's not even a mistype. I'm looking at the T and the P are like nowhere near each other on the keyboard.
Walper.
Name's Walper.
Let me get that straight. Your actual name is Walter. And what happened to you? So what happened to you, Walter?
All right. Well,
All right.
I've broken my hand.
Yeah.
I've fractured all my ribs.
Were these
WMMR.
All right, thanks, Kev. Casey's pointing to something. He wants me to do this. I would like to give away 2 pairs of passes for the Christmas Miracle.
Hey!
Christmas miracle!
Yep.
Yeah!
All right, the event is on Thursday, and we would like to take callers number 9 and 10 at 215-263-WMMR. The event is sponsored by Phoenixville First and Miller Lite. The Ugly Sweater Edition is taking place. And last year we had a girl that didn't have a sweater on at all.
Yes.
That's right.
No, don't think that's automatically going to make you win.
No, but there were boobies, and we do.
Pasties.
There were pasties, but yes. But anyhow, we'll see if she did have a sweater on top of that.
Yes.
And we ended up having a win. I think so. All right. So anyhow, you can win possibly if you got the right sweater. We'll see about that. 215-263-WMMR is the number. And lots of great prizes that we'll have a chance to win and participating. Some contests and a couple of special guests that'll be joining too. So let's get you on board for that. Meantime, we're going to do the Bizarre File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, It's brought to you by Worldwide Stereo. Give them goosebumps this holiday with a jaw-dropping home theater system or a turntable and vinyl collection that they will love. Visit Worldwide Stereo Montgomeryville or online at worldwidestereo.com. 7 foreigners in Fiji were sent to a hospital after suspected poisoning after drinking pina coladas at a 5-star resort's bar.
Oh, I saw this.
5 are tourists, 1 from the U.S. and the rest from Australia, aged between 18 and 56. 2 others are foreigners that are living in Fiji. Some were previously reported to be seriously ill, but local officials said on Monday that their symptoms have since improved, and some were set to be discharged. The incident comes weeks after the deaths of 6 tourists in the Southeast Asian nation of Laos because of suspected methanol poisoning.
I mean, you had to play it.
Yeah. Fiji Tourism Chief Brent Hill said that they were keenly aware of the Laos incident, but added that the case in Fiji was a long way from that. Shortly after drinking the rum cocktail at the Warwick Fiji Resort, the 7 guests displayed nausea, vomiting, and neurological symptoms.
It's not usually what you find in a pina colada.
No. They were taken to the hospital, and initial investigations are underway. No further cases have been reported yet.
Wow.
Nick and Kathy, you guys hate coconut. Do you like pina colada?
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. They're delightful. A 70-year-old Long Island woman allegedly turned her kitchen into a dentist's office.
Oh, of course. What are you going to use it for? Cooking?
Disturbingly extracting 5 teeth from a trusting patient who paid her nearly $2,000, prosecutors
I can
said.
do this.
Gladys Serrano, 70 years old, was hit with a criminal charge this week for the running the dental practice out of her 1-bedroom apartment. Prosecutor said a woman contacted Serrano, who doesn't
anal wart removal's in the basement.
It doesn't appear to be licensed to practice dentistry. She got it through a referral to schedule a single tooth extraction. The victim showed up at Serrano's makeshift office with a hanging curtain dividing the kitchen, where the alleged phony dentist told her that she actually needed 5 teeth pulled because they were rotting.
Hey, who's the expert here?
Serrano extracted the teeth, gave the victim paper towel pieces to absorb a large amount of blood, and instructed her to rinse with salt water.
Yeah, she's doing everything right.
Serrano also told the woman that she'd need a dental bridge, so she returned to the office several times between August and December, hoping to get one.
You want an implant?
But the victim never received a bridge that fit her mouth, despite Serrano making additional molds of her mouth and filing down the impressions.
What was she using to make the mold?
I don't know. During the 5-month period of visits, the patient said Serrano, she charged her a total of $2,000. Investigators searched Serrano's apartment, finding a curtain hanging in the kitchen, a patient chair position near the sink. Drawers were stuffed with apparently used dental instruments.
Yeah, seems safe.
Well as impression molds, extraction tools, tartar scrapers, and a large container was chock full of empty vials of medication and used dental needles. Investigators also recovered boxes labeled as single-use dental needles, capsules of amoxicillin, Relaflex, and lidocaine. Serrano pleaded not guilty during her arraignment to 1 count of unauthorized practice of a profession, a Class E felony. While only 1 victim has been identified, authorities believe that many more may have visited Serrano for treatment. Wow. Residents of a Playa del Rey condominium complex are outraged after burglars ransacked their building while it was being fumigated for termites. The break-ins occurred from December 11th to the 13th during the decontamination period.
There's a heist movie where they decontaminate a building and they come in and rob the place.
All residents were evacuated and the property was tented for the fumigation process. The Homeowners Association promised to provide 24-hour security to patrol the grounds while they were away, yet somehow burglars were able to ransack 23 units of the total 39 in the building, escaping with cash, jewelry, and other valuables, while leaving the units trashed and vandalized. Many victims, including Carol Fontaine, the building's HOA president, were targeted by the professional criminals.
Wow.
Security cameras captured one of the break-ins as an intruder wearing a gas mask opened the front door and began casually searching for valuables.
Amazingly, they left the termites.
Fontaine returned to her unit on Friday and found her front door smashed in while her bedroom and closets were completely trashed with all her belongings thrown onto the floor. Fontaine said the thieves escaped with many of her valuables, including jewelry and ammunition. Many residents are questioning how the burglars could gain access to the building if security was reportedly patrolling. Victimized residents are working closely with law enforcement as investigators gather evidence and leads on the suspects. For those who may be fumigating their home, the victim said they strongly suggest taking all valuables either with them or housing them in a safe location away from the vacant home.
What about getting dentistry done in a kitchen?
They're all for that.
They're all for that.
All right, and then one last story, and we will wrap it up. Authorities have closed an investigation into the death of a woman whose body was found a year ago in a freezer at a home. Relatives visiting from out of town searched and found Marcy Haxby Jones dead inside the chest-style appliance at a residence.
Wow.
Her body bore no signs of suspicious injuries. An autopsy followed the discovery. In the report, the examiner's office said her manner of death and cause of death were listed as undetermined. Detectives believe that Haxby Jones, who would have been 81 years old at the time when her remains were found, had lived at the home at some point and that she could have been missing or dead for up to 9 years.
Wow.
Based on interviews and other evidence, investigators eventually decided that her remains had been unlawfully put in the freezer by her husband, Robert Haxby.
I put her there.
And he died February 3rd, less than 2 months after Haxby Jones's body was found.
Where was he, in the dryer?
Homicide detectives involved due to the unusual circumstances of the case contacted Social Security and Veterans Affairs authorities suspecting that the murder or not. Haxby Jones' death might have been concealed so that her benefits would continue.
That's my guess.
That also proved to be a dead end, though.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't the case.
So was he, like, were the things like birthday cake and, hamburger patties and stuff in the freezer as well?
That's a good question.
Hey, honey.
At this point, a criminal case of benefits.
Just coming here for some steaks. Hey, baby.
The fraud cannot be substantiated because it's unclear beyond a reasonable doubt exactly when Haxby Jones died. So they don't know. That's weird.
Who keeps a full duck in the freezer?
My dad. And that is what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. All right. I think I have one last one of these to give away. From our friends at the Sweet Brew, I should say. They are they're on 158 Bridge Street in Phoenixville. They're actually going to be helping to cater the Christmas miracle.
Yeah.
So we can set you up with a $50 gift card if you're calling number 14 at 215-263-WMMR. They help get your day started right with an incredible menu of fresh and delicious breakfast sandwiches made with the highest quality boars, head, meats, and cheeses. So 215-263-WMMR, caller number 14. You are taken care of. We'll come back in a second. Lesson question, trash, and music news. They're on the way. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on the
Weird name, Walper.
It's not my name.
His guy's name's Walper. I'm gonna punch you.
But at least you got a great nickname today.
Walper.
Well, hang in there, brother, okay?
From Touchstone Pictures, the inspiring story of a man named Walper. I've seen him. He's got some medical issues, but the worst thing is his name is Walper. And then a young therapist came into his life. Hi, I'm Kathy Romano. We're going to change that P to a T.
Simple as that.
And then his life turned around.
I'm the head of a Fortune 500 company. And I can do the saber dance.
That morning show's not making fun of me anymore.
Oh, man.
So the Kardashians won big as well last night, and they had a weird speech. They were trying to thank firefighters and stuff, and they actually made their win a tribute to the firefighters. And listen, see if you can hash this out. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It's been a really rough week in our home in Calabasas, Hidden Hills, and our neighbors in Thousand Oaks and Malibu. Our hearts are broken from the horrific shootings and those who have lost their lives and homes, as well as the hundreds of thousands of us that have been evacuated from the devastating fires that are currently burning. So thank you so much to all of the people that have voted for us. This is such an honor.
Did you make that leap there? Did you make that leap?
Okay.
There's a lot of fire out there, but thank you for voting for us.
Are they dedicating the award?
It gets to that at the end, yeah.
All right.
I'd like to dedicate this win to all of the firefighters, the law enforcement, and the first responders.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
I'd like to thank the people what put out the fires.
Like, it just doesn't seem very genuine ever when it comes from them.
You can see the guys who are really, eating smoke and battling flames up. I got great news, guys! Kardashian win was dedicated to us!
Like I can just see them sitting around. Like when we win, we should like dedicate to somebody, so it makes us look good.
Listen, I want to tell everyone up there on the mountain, you guys are doing a great job. The Kardashians just donated their win to you on a field source floor. I just want to carry that into the fire with you.
That's the chief going on the radio to tell all the guys.
Attention everyone, Kardashians just donated their win on the People's Choice Awards to you. So I hope that inspires you to go marching into those flames and that super heat and that whipped up win. No word on Little Women LA yet.
Yeah. No. During the final night of the Experience and Innocence tour in Berlin, Bono made a comment that has fans fearing that this is the end of the iconic band. He said, "We've been on the road for quite some time, just going on 40 years, and this last 4 years have been really something very special for us. We're going away now." So that led people to think that maybe the band is done.
Doesn't mean that the band is breaking up or that we're going away or we're stopping performing. We're just taking a well-deserved trip to the Great Wolf Lodge. Where parents can drink while their kids ride down water slides.
It is amazing there.
It is amazing. Kathy says it's amazing too.
Yeah. Well, none of the kids would recognize you two, so they could be pretty, they could be in obscurity for a moment.
You can literally drink in the pools there.
You can literally drink in the pool and piss in the pool at the same time. If it's so chlorinated, it doesn't make a difference. I took a full level bowel movement and no one could tell because the water was so chlorinated, it just ate it right up. All the fecal matter dispersed.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think that's no.
Oh, you did it as well, Kathy?
No, that's
You dropped a bomb in the pool? You popped a landmine out?
That's not.
You put a depth charge in the deep end?
A full level bowel movement.
And no one was the wiser. Even the edge was standing right next to me. He was totally enveloped in my poop cloud and had no idea.
No idea.
That's a quality pool there.
I think most people, upon moving into a house, remove all the demonic paintings. It's part of the deal. A lot of people will change the pentagram carpet for maybe like a light shag.
We had our house built. I like the fact that we're the very first people to own the home.
But are you?
Because
on an Indian graveyard, right? That's where you.
They didn't remove the graves.
You know what? We had to blast to actually get to pour the foundation. So I'm pretty certain there was nothing below.
So it was
where
a lot of fun.
So what's that?
It was a blast.
It was a blast.
Yes. Where you saw bones flying and pieces of coffin.
But I like the fact that when we're done and gone, or when we eventually decide to move on, that that was we made that. We had a say in how that thing was put together. And
in here was where the owner was caught pleasuring himself by his wife, unaware that the light from his laptop was obscuring his vision. Follow me into the observatory.
I was wearing headphones too. I didn't hear her come in. Kathy shakes her head.
Headphone, like you were all in.
Oh, hey, you can't do that half-ass. No,
clearly.
You gotta go.
Sure, he was vigorously providing himself with pleasure. His wife called out to him, but he could not hear because he was listening to his headphones. And here is the pool table, where pool is seldom played, but clothing is full.
My daughter and I played pool the other night.
Oh, there you are.
First time in a while. She asked me to. But yes, it's become a laundry table. Oh my God! Yeah, what are the other wonderful things? What are the other
as they leave the tour?
Horrible things that have
no
happened.
one stays in this house after night.
The dining room where no one eats, they drink, right? Isn't there a bar in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's not forget the old house with the haunted litter box.
It was on a rainy night when the owner awoke from many hours of drinking and raised a shotgun to the automatic kitty litter cleaner, yelling out, "I want to see you."
I've got a gun.
I've got a gun. I gave him 10 seconds to get out of the house. which I thought was,
We should all design haunted tours of our current houses and dumb crap.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
My brother thinks my house is haunted. He's said that since the day we've moved in.
No
he said there's somebody that lives here with you.
Wait, your country house?
Yeah, my
Really?
current house. Yeah, since the day that my brother lived
You're the
with me
first owners.
for a little while, and he said he's like I hear them. He goes they walk around.
Wait, did you have the house built?
Yes.
Okay, so you're the first owner.
We are the first owner. There was a house.
Place is too clean.
No, but Preston, there was a house there that was knocked down.
Okay.
And actually, the man who has since passed away, he was a wonderful man, lived across the street from me.
I hope you rot in hell.
No, well, he did the masonry work on the house. And he told me one time, he goes, yeah, when they were tearing down that house, he goes, I sat outside and watched. He goes, I did, all of that work on the house. And I was like, oh my God,
man.
I'm so sorry.
So now it's haunted by Slender Man theme.
Yeah, so it's...
Slender Man theme.
I mean, I think it's just the house settling, but my brother thinks it's haunted.
These jeans?
Slender Man theme.
Do these jeans make me look hippie?
Big J.O.
Yes.
That's right, everyone. I'm here. I'm not Miss August or December.
No.
I don't know, Kathy. Any of that traffic, did it seem like something that would have kept Miss December out of here?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know where she was coming from.
Hey,
Did any of that traffic add up?
Were you here one time before when we rolled out the calendar?
He was.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
was here for a calendar. I was here for Philadelphia's hottest trans.
Really?
Yeah.
right. You
Did we do that? I totally forgot.
Yeah, Philadelphia's sexiest lady boy.
You guys met, right? You guys got to hang out after.
So I've never seen more women in a room and not a pube for miles. I can guarantee it.
There was a weird situation we had you in, right?
It was his friend.
Yes,
Yeah, it ended up being a weird situation for my friend.
But stories to tell your children.
Yeah. I mean, we all found at the same time, and I don't remember what time it was, but it was definitely too late.
That's awesome.
I noticed that, and I said to you right away, you look like you've lost some more weight. And is it a bigger guy who has lost weight? Do you get tired of hearing that?
No, not at all.
Good.
I'll take it. I tried so hard. Yeah, I did. Every time I do a television thing, I'm like, well, this is probably the last time they're going to let me on television. So I should try to get one where I... it's already bad enough I do comedy sitting on a stool. So every time when I did my hour special on Comedy Central, I had already lost a bunch of weight to get to that size. And then sitting on a stool, every time they film you, you're like, this camera guy hates me. This guy doesn't like me at all. Is that a pile of tires sitting on it? So I knew for the Netflix special, I knew that I was going to be sitting again. So I tried again to lose weight. And then, I didn't lose that much, but then I also learned how to sit with my back arched.
There you go.
Oh, you're doing all the cheats. Yeah.
And I covered my nipples with suds. I guess some people stole my idea. But that's cool. That's
all
cool.
right.
I said everyone jump in.
It's funny because and it happens. This is why we're on radio. I mean, Kathy and Marissa obviously are they're pleasant to look at, but we are not. And when we do any TV or anything, I'm like, dear God, do we look horrific? And people say, there's a different angle. There's some people, we've had actors and actresses come in here, they know their angle. They know, what's the best way for them to be their side.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? I
think if you ask those things, it makes me feel like I'm admitting too much bad about myself.
Yeah,
so I'm like, Donna, can you not film me from, I don't know, obviously sideways and from the floor, please?
What we've been talking about news-wise, you familiar with this this scam that took place, this GoFundMe?
Oh, yeah.
So they came by.
Never try to help one bum.
They came by last year. They came by our Camp Out for Hunger right after that story broke, and we interviewed all three of them on the air. And we got word of this yesterday that the three of them were in on this together.
In cahoots.
Oh my
All of them in
God.
cahoots, and then the one who wasn't getting enough money, the guy who was the homeless guy, he goes to take them to court. Yeah, and that's how
to sue him.
To sue him for not giving him his part of the scam.
Yes! Of the stolen money.
Never help one bum. You ever try to give a homeless guy food? They look at you like you're handing them a bag of someone's dump. It's really, they're like, what am I going to do with this? Like you're like, eat it. It's hot. It's food. And they're like, I don't, like, keep it, like, what? They're so baffled by it. Do a GoFundMe for like an overall like shelter or something. Like to give it to.
There you go.
I've never seen that work out good where you help one person.
With everything else going on, the show and everything, what's coming up for you? It's been a while since we've seen you.
Yeah, pretty much just did the radio show's been doing great on Sirius XM. So pumping that out in the podcasts.
By the way, Dan, it was they were interviewing for something. They sent it over to us, and he was very complimentary about the show. You guys are always very complimentary when you're on other shows. We appreciate it. Getting the word out.
Oh yeah, for you guys. Yeah, you guys are. I always think it's the coolest thing. The best nod you guys get is Joe Rogan, who needs no press anywhere he goes, always like shouts you guys and still gives you guys.
It's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
It means the world to us. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you saw Opie from Opie and Anthony sent like a cut of wrestling promo for him not doing his show. Did you see that on the street?
No.
Oh, it's very uncomfortable.
Oh. You know, it never understood those dynamics. It was never anything that we got involved with. You just try to do the best. It's like what you do. You just do
your show.
Do your show.
We tried to start a radio war with Bob and Tom, but then they disbanded.
That's a shame.
Bob and Tom. You for the Bob and Tom have been around for a long. Well, used to be around for a long time.
They're garbage.
Keep it up.
They're junk.
Yeah, I'm like, and I look
it's the worst radio show I've ever done.
Really? Why?
They want you to do bits.
It's a yuck fest.
And I mean, and I was like, yeah, you don't want me to do bits. Like my bits are too. And they go, well, that's how it works here. I go, well, I'll leave. Like it's fine. And they go, we need you to do bits. I go, well, what do you want me to do? The one about this, And I'm just saying like vile things.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want to do bits, it's gonna be like I can't. I'm like a dirty comic.
It's gonna be bad.
Hey, do the latest bit about your daughter. That.
They got the things people when the hate mail I've gotten for that Netflix special, like the things people have to write to like when someone has to cite the parts they don't like, it is so funny reading that.
Oh my God! Oh, that has to be worth it alone.
He thinks there's humor and about his daughter's genitals. I'm like, why? How can you write that?
Does that bother you?
No, you know what's funny? I said it to someone. I ignore it all, but like the thing is, it doesn't bother me. It just I do still get an emotion like involuntary.
Okay.
When someone writes like this ruined my day, boycott Netflix and these hashtags will start about it, and you're just like, I swear to you, the intention of this was just to make you laugh. Understanding it might make some people go, it's not my thing. But that's fine. But when someone's like, they have such like hatred for, and I said that what's funny is the complaint is always very personal.
Yeah.
Like I've done nothing personal. I've just made like a broad spectrum joke that somebody can twist to make it. He's talking about this, and
So we've had sometimes we're good. We don't get bombarded, but occasionally, like if someone will complain about something that I've done, I say, okay, but everyone has a personal thing that's their thing. You made fun of this, but did you laugh at this? But
I did point that out. I wrote back to one person, and I was like, I'm not going to write back to anything else.
Yeah.
But the person
if the person is thoughtful, you'll do it.
Well, the transgender joke was the one that caught some heat, which I saw coming. And then someone said where I made a joke about wishing it legal to beat your children, but with like a focused reason, not just like crazy abuse.
Yeah.
Again, it's like a joke. And someone wrote, as a victim of domestic abuse, it was like as a victim of domestic abuse, I don't think it's appalling you would make a joke about that. And when I wrote back, I was like, again, that has nothing to do with what my joke's about. And I was like, sorry that happened to you. But I was also like, isn't it interesting that you complain about that only, and like the other complaints I got were about this trans joke. I mean,
I have clients.
Yeah. How many years ago was that case?
15 years ago.
15 years ago. She just turned 4, right?
Yeah. Former sales staff member Matt Rovine.
He didn't even say anything when you dropped the first F-bomb. The second time he finally did.
He's like, why are you saying the F word?
She's not there.
She's not there.
I like it.
Oh my God! And there's another one too.
My friend Super Dave.
Yeah.
I could play that one a little bit later.
No one dies at Christmas.
We have a funeral.
Oh, these are great. And we got to play Santa's Got to Go again. All those are just the best. So we'll definitely tinker around with these over the next couple of days.
Santa's Got to Go.
The best.
You know what, though? The fact that they all jumped right in immediately
Yeah.
and knew what to do.
It's very cool. I was unaware of that. No one made me aware that was something that you would do with friends, which is to help bolster, reaffirm the Santa call.
Well, because he's always watching, you know.
The services, there are services now. There are many of them now where you can actually book a FaceTime call with Santa. Correct?
You can. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a second. What is this, Nick?
It's just an interesting text that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. I just found it kind of odd.
It says, hi, Preston and Steve Crew. So I found my old iPod and found old Preston and Steve podcast. And if you're interested, this was what was happening on this day in 2009. You guys were excited for the Iron Man 2 trailer, and Preston was having pooping problems.
The more they change, the more they stay the same.
Happy 15th anniversary.
Yeah,
of your pooping problems.
Right, exactly. All right, let's do a giveaway. We have a lesson question. We're going to give away a pair of tickets as MMR rocks Def Leppard Saturday, June 28th at the Borgata Event Center in Atlantic City. Here's the question that we have for you. What is the name of Sylvester Stallone's upcoming ocean-inspired Christmas special? 215-263-WMMR. This was uttered just before 7 o'clock this morning. So what is the name of Sylvester Stallone's upcoming ocean-inspired Christmas special? Don't guess. You need to have heard it. 215-263-WMMR. If you know that answer, call right now.
The trash business is a gold mine.
93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Helium Comedy Club, bringing the laughs to Philly for many years. Helium Comedy has the best comics of today and tomorrow live every week. Tickets and lineup at heliumcomedy.com. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, porn mags owned by O.J. Simpson while he served time in a Nevada state prison are going up for auction. Simpson's estate says each magazine is rich in pop culture history and saturated with semen.
Oh, wow.
Pete Davidson telling W Magazine that being defined by his high-profile relationships has made him feel like a loser. Davidson says he now wants to stand on his own 2 feet and be a loser.
Oh, my God.
Katie Couric sporting a huge bruise on her head after a pickleball accident on Friday. Apparently, Couric was charging the net when she was hit by an SUV. That's your Hollywood Trash.
All right, thank you, Steve. And there's nobody on hold. Nobody knows the answer to that question. So,
What was it? What was the question again?
the question was, what is the name of Sylvester Stallone's upcoming ocean-inspired Christmas special? That's the answer.
Oh, my God.
See that?
Okay.
Would you have known that?
No.
I would not have known that.
I don't know it, and I said it.
Steve mentioned Pete Davidson while we're waiting for call. Did you guys see he was all over Philly this weekend?
I heard about
He was at
that.
the Sixers game?
Sixers game and an Eagles practice. And
Hanging with the Kelseys, right?
Yeah, he was the very special Christmas or very, very Philly special Christmas or whatever. Anyway, they had a party for that and he was there. But the reason I'm bringing it up is that first of all, the lack of tattoos is really noticeable. Like, he's had a lot of them removed. Second of all, he looks jacked. He's like, I hit the gym or something. Like, yeah, I mean, he really looked like
he needs to turn things.
Well, I think I think he is, Steve. I think he looks like a very different, much healthier person.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
All right.
I do like him. I just used him as a joke.
He was with Diplo, was he not?
Yeah, Diplo was here.
Is Diplo from Philly?
Diplo went to college in Philadelphia.
Did he go to Temple or something?
I don't know, but Diplo, if you're not aware, he's an EDM guy, and he went to college here. And the only reason I know that, Casey, is that somebody sent me a video over Instagram over the weekend. And he is a runner. Where he learned how to run and get into running culture was running along the Schuylkill River Trail. So he would run along Boathouse Row. And,
Everything comes back to here.
Yeah. I think about that sometimes. Like, who went to school here and maybe listened to MMR at some point in their lives?
Well, you throw it out there periodically, Preston, when something nefarious happens, but also when something is major.
Yes.
You wonder if they were listeners to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Diplo did go to Temple.
Okay.
I believe he started at UCF, where he was a DJ at a local radio station there at Rollins College, whatever. And then he moved to Philly to go to Temple.
Yeah, we have, all walks of life listen to this show, and that's why occasionally I'll see something terrible on the news. I'm like, oh, God, I wonder if that person's a fan of our show.
The triple murderer said he was a longtime fan of the Preston and Steve show.
Right before killing so many Scream Gadzooks.
And
he was found having sex with kittens. Said he was a huge fan of the Preston and Steve.
That's the one time they'll mention us.
Right, yes, not a local radio
A
station.
local radio station raised trillions of pounds of food for a local. The rapist listened to the Preston and Steve show.
Oh my God. But you're right. On the flip side of the coin is we have some very wonderful people.
This wonderful person apparently knows a rapist who listens to the Preston and Steve show.
All right, we have callers on the line. Let's see if we can get an answer to the lesson question this morning, which is what's the name of Sylvester Stallone's upcoming ocean-inspired Christmas special? I'm going to go to Jeff, see if he knows. Hey, Jeff, good morning.
Hey, Santa's got to go.
Yeah, he does. All right, Jeff, what is the name of the Christmas special?
I think Seaweed Christmas.
It's a Seaweed Christmas. Yep. Hang on a second, Jeff. We're going to give you a pair of tickets as MMR rocks Def Leppard, Saturday, June 28th at the Borgata Event Center in Atlantic City. And tickets are on sale now. TheBorgata.com for tickets and information.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
What in the hell is that?
That's a koala mating call.
All right, brought to you this morning by Family and Company Jewelers. You can get your holiday shopping done and check off your whole list with one stop to Family and Company Jewelers. South Jersey's Holy Diamond destination, Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, or online at familyjewelers.com. Hulu is about to throw up the horns into the void. An 8-part series that will explore heavy metal history has now been officially ordered by Hulu.
Did you watch the other one that came out?
I got to see it.
I did watch it. I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Nothing but a good time?
Yeah, I'll tell you this. It was really good. Yacht Rock was really good. I think the more the merrier on these specials.
I'm with you 100%. Neither Hulu nor Vice Studios Canada have revealed which bands will be featured in the doc, but it is a safe bet that it'll be the powerhouse of metal. The series is coming from Evan Husney and Jason Eisner. The same pair, they gave Vice its most watched series of all time, which was Dark Side of the Ring. The series is already in production and is expected to hit the streamer next year.
I watched a bit of that Dark Side of the Ring. It was pretty
wrestling?
good. Yeah, and
Okay.
obviously there's a fair amount of Vince McMahon stuff and so on and so forth. But yeah, if it's done right, compelling.
When you think AC/DC, you might not think of Lady Gaga, but as she told Zane Lowe on Apple Music's Carpool Karaoke, she has personal experience with the band. Of course, she didn't just tell Lowe, as the host brought Brian Johnson himself in to duet with Gaga on Highway to Hell. After they sang, Gaga revealed that she was actually in the 2000 video for AC/DC's Stiff Upper Lip when she was 17 years old.
That's funny.
And was told to stop headbanging in the back of the crowd. She told Johnson and Lowe that they were like, don't headbang. We want it to be modern. By the way, Johnson was blown away by Gaga's vocals, which, of course, isn't a surprise because she's a great singer.
Well, and I think of what the duet she did with Mick Jagger on the most recent album. That song is so awesome.
Yeah. Paul McCartney gave his fans a special Christmas present this weekend. Fans who attended his concert on Saturday in Manchester, England, got a surprise performance of his 1979 holiday song, Wonderful Christmas Time. There it is. Paul was...
Act like you like it!
Was
I
also...
know you think it stinks, but act like you love it!
Paul was also provided backing vocals by children from the You Should Be Dancing Theater Company.
You should be dancing!
The performance was...
This song initially was not beloved.
I like
by
it more
me.
now.
I have softened on this song.
I can't take it. The performance was extra
I'm not
special,
gonna
considering Paul has only reportedly performed Wonderful Christmas Time live about a dozen times over his entire career.
You know what gets me about the song is the bong bong.
That's it.
I agree.
Yeah, the other
What do you
stuff
mean with
is
the boom boom?
the bong bong.
What are you saying?
Bing bong bong bong.
It would be better if it was like, if it was just a keyboard part that was dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 and not the bong, 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 bong.
It sounds too artificially, too synthy.
Yeah, and they were, at the time, they were just playing around with synths, trying to find interesting.
I got an idea. Why don't
things.
you suck a big bag of D's?
All right.
Paul, why are you so moody? Why do you
Everyone gives me crap for that song.
Yeah, you tired of it?
Yeah, mention Big Bag of T's over there. Still going.
The singer
Suck away.
also posted
One
photos
in there for you.
from the from the concert on his Instagram, sharing simply having a wonderful Christmas time in Manchester.
Simply loving watching you suck a Big Bag of T's.
Oh, my.
We've been traveling around the world, he said, and here we are up north again. It's good to be back, sucking a bag of D's. And then the last story that I have for you.
You know, I was going to get you guys dick lasers, and Chuck told me not to do it. You have these laser pointers.
Yeah.
And instead of it shooting just a concentrated thing, it actually shoots an outline of a...
So do you know...
Wow.
May I jump in here quickly with a side story, Preston? Excuse me. That whole incident with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Excuse me, getting clocked with the glass that was thrown by somebody during an altercation. Apparently somebody at the table that threw the glass at them was using one of those lasers, and he had a young girl with him.
Okay.
And he was could you ease up on that on the laser D on the wall?
Uh-huh.
And that was what started the altercation. That's
Get
the most
out.
recent report.
Okay. So Kevin Cronin, singer from REO Speedwagon, has shared his disappointment while speaking with Billboard over the end of REO Speedwagon. I didn't know this had happened. He said, "This is sad, and I would do anything in my power to continue as REO Speedwagon.
I think they should keep on rolling."
He said, "I never quit the band. I never will quit the band. I just got outvoted, and I have to stop calling it REO Speedwagon at the end of this year."
I'm a big REO Speedwagon fan. I don't go deep cuts or anything, but their body of hits is enough to keep me going, and that one song in particular is one that I will pull out often.
Despite this, he is optimistic about performing under his own name, debuting as Kevin Cronin on January 25th and joining the Brotherhood of Rock tour next summer. The final show under the REO Speedwagon name will take place on this Friday, December 21st.
Well, to be honest, the guitarist, who I think was, and I forget his name, but
that was Gary Ritrath.
Yeah, so he was really good.
He was great.
Very much responsible, I think, for the sound of REO Speedwagon.
The keyboard player was, now he passed away.
Both the keyboard player and the guitarist?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, the keyboard player, who, and I've forgotten his name, but he was instrumental in the band, too. And the rest of the band was great, but not necessarily the sound, the signature sound of the band.
So maybe not much is lost if he just goes out, if he has the rights to the songs when he's in concert.
But, it's going to be harder to sell tickets. Not everybody knows Kevin Cronin was the lead singer. Right.
You got a choice in life. Either tour as who you are, or you suck a Big Bag of D's.
More people know the name REO Speedwagon than they know the
Kevin
name
Cronin.
Kevin Cronin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But I've met him before. He's a sweetheart. And so we wish him well.
Did he invent the cronut?
He did. For all I know. Maybe he did. And that is what I have in music news for you this morning. All right, this is your last chance to text word tattoo to 39333 because when we return, we are going to be giving away our free Tuesday tattoo. So do that. And then, Casey, giving away the last of these?
Yeah.
All right, I got 3 of these left. Christmas Miracle passes, and it's a pair for you to join us. If you bring someone, only you are qualified to be called up onto the stage, but your friend may win something that's chosen at random in the auditorium. So we'll take callers 10, 11, and 12 at 215-263 WMMR. It's Thursday. It's day after tomorrow at the Colonial Theater in lovely Phoenixville, and it's presented by Phoenixville First and the Miller Lite Ugly Sweater Edition. So let's get you on board for this. We're going to have a good time Thursday morning, and we would like you to be there. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second, and we will wrap up our program when we return.
Preston and Steve.
You only complained about the thing that affected you personally. You know what I mean?
Right.
That person didn't go and this and then it's always like it's just the one joke that hit them personally, and no one sees that before they start taking to the computer to be like, how can you say this one specific thing? And you're like, you got to either be mad at all of it or none of it.
Right.
Well, you're not out to hurt anybody. That's what gets missed.
That's the bummer. That's the bummer when people get upset.
You're trying to make people
my
laugh.
thing was to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Understand that you might not laugh, but
So
to have somebody go like, it's inspired you to go write like a 4-page letter to Netflix seems pretty like, it's awesome to some degree.
What kills me, Jay, is that and we always bring this up. Then there's about 45 million other shows on Netflix. Stop watching. Go move on to the next thing.
Really?
Or
I like
don't
you're making me look like such a bad boy in front of these chicks. Yeah, that's right.
They're eyeing you up. Yeah.
I was thinking about it on a long ride on my motorcycle the other day. I don't even know how to turn on a motorcycle. I've been on a motorcycle 2 times. Both times we're behind with my arms around a man's waist. And both times I burned my calf on the exhaust pipe. 2 for 2.
I think the most telling thing was you said, I don't know how to turn on a motorcycle.
I don't.
Turn on.
Is that what we do? Do you turn it on?
You start it up.
You can make the sound.
I know there's something where I have to go like that. Right? I don't understand like the thing. It's all like the YouTube celebrity.
No.
A social media celebrity. I don't know how that kind of came out of nowhere. But sometimes like that Post Malone's got a song or two that like it's producers though. It's smart. That the Cash Me Outside girl. I've gone 180 on her. We went from like just crapping all over to think to I'm almost a fan. I bought a new Explorer yesterday, and you have to name it. You have to nickname it in the Ford app.
Yeah.
And I named it Bad Baby. That's her name. That's her rap name. I love her. And
isn't it Bobby? Like Barbie? Bad Barbie?
No, Bad Baby.
Okay, all right.
Bad Baby.
Okay.
She is garbage, but I love her. I've picked sides in the Whoa Vicky, Bad Baby argument.
Well, she's fighting now Iggy Azalea.
Yeah. Well, Whoa Vicky. You want to put a good side by side? Look at Whoa Vicky and Lamb Chop. Remember Lamb Chop? Sherry Lewis's Lamb Chop. I just really dated myself for all these hot chicks. You guys remember William Catt from America's Greatest Hero? The Greatest American Hero. We on the bonfire we do a thing. There's Whoa Vicky and some dude she was hanging out with got into they insulted.
They threw shade.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And then came back with an apology. An apology video that's like 30 seconds long, and whenever we have to apologize in the bonfire, we had our producer like verbatim write it down. There's sentences. Can you play it, by Jay?
See if you can look that up. It's Whoa Vicky.
It's Whoa Vicky apologizes Snoop Dogg. It is. There's sentences that go nowhere. It goes, nah, I'm saying, because we don't even know be like when it come down. That's no exaggeration.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Marissa's going to try and search that and bring that audio.
I believe in Marissa. She can do this.
At the end of the day, we respect Snoop Dogg because he a real OG,
Yeah, shout out to Snoop. Like I'm sorry for everything I said. I didn't mean it like that. I make people happy, like do funny videos. That's what I do. And I'm sorry for everything I did. Like towards you and towards everybody that's with your shit, whatever. I'm sorry for everything.
Yeah, for real. Like we really ain't know like what we was saying. Like it was really off of the camera, no cap. Like
All right, it ends there. And by the way, that's like twin speak. By the way, that's
yes,
like
when twins share a language.
Yeah, nobody else knows what the hell they're saying except for those two.
I have no idea what they said at all, but we have it written out. So whenever someone gets, and they get mad at us, it's serious a lot. We always gonna go. I like to say to John Fugelsang, "You a real OG. I'm sorry for everything I said and what I said be like, because it sometimes be like that, and then I ain't know what I says and that stuff, and you says." But we just like to say the name. He goes, "I'd like to apologize to John Fugelsang." So say, man, sometimes our sincerest apologies to Radio Andy.
I love the concept of John Fugelsang being known in the hip hop community.
John Fugelsang. All right, thank you, Big J. Okerson. Let's hear it from everybody. Thanks, bud.
Love you guys. Thank you so much, man.
The holidays are nigh, and Meghan Markle is about to celebrate her first Thanksgiving and Christmas as royal. But by all accounts, it's going to be pretty weird.
Sparkle Markle?
Well, first up, Thanksgiving. Some question whether the American-born Meghan will be allowed to celebrate the holiday, seeing as it commemorates that time many English-born pilgrims set forth on a long and dangerous voyage to flee political and religious persecution in their homeland.
I thought she and the royal family were going to go visit with the dad in the States.
Last year, Meghan celebrated with her mother, Doria Ragland, in California. What's going to happen is to be determined, but the Queen reportedly hasn't forbidden the celebration by royal decree, and Meghan and Prince Harry don't have any events scheduled for the day, so she may be indulging in turkey and stuffing behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for Christmas, meanwhile, we want to hope she doesn't eat too much gravy because, listen to this. I've never heard of this before.
All right.
She will have to be weighed before her Christmas meal, per a juicy new report hailing from the royal expert Ingrid Seward. Apparently, every member of the royal family, including Harry, Prince William, and Kate Middleton, must be weighed before and after dinner on Christmas Day.
All right. After dinner, and do they get to poop first?
I don't know about. But
what is this about, this bizarre thing?
It's a tradition. Okay, apparently the Queen asks guests to weigh themselves to ensure they're being well fed.
Oh, okay.
And once weighed, the guests must enter the dining room in order of seniority. Once seated, the head chef carves the turkey, and paper hats are donned, but not by the Queen. So everybody has to
Look
wear
at us, we're wearing our paper hats, and it's so much fun. Where is the scale so we can see if we've put a lot of food into our tummies? Oh, look at I folded a flap on my paper hat. Oh, what fun.
So much fun.
Yes. Later on, we'll go out to a pit and murder some peasants.
Oh, my God. Damn. I've seen the paper hat thing, though.
Christmas. I love Christmas. For the annual slaughtering of the peasants.
In a pit.
In a pit with our paper hats. And the one who catches my paper hat will be spared.
Oh, that's a nice tradition.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Congratulations on your adroit paper hat catching skills.
Oh, my God.
You're free to go.
Now for the rest of them, line up.
Really, the only way to enjoy Lorenzo's Pizza on the whole is to have some assistance. And we are doing that via a dental device, correct? Yeah. Okay, so Casey and Nick are going to put these lip spreaders in. That if you've ever gone to the dentist and you have to get some dental work done, they do this so it pulls your lips up and your cheeks out to the side so they can get in there and work really well.
Yeah.
So it's,
and for eating purposes, Preston, it gives you maximum coverage of the pie.
Yeah, and my favorite is pepperoni pizza.
Your favorite is
pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni pizza.
I like pineapple.
You like pineapple?
Pineapple.
Okay.
I also like mushroom.
Excuse me?
Mushroom.
Mushrooms.
Mushroom. Yeah, mushroom.
All right,
like
so
mushroom.
is this, Preston, the specifics of this contest, are we talking the quickest to eat one slice fully?
I don't know.
I don't know.
How about the entire pie?
Let's just see how it goes.
Let's just see how it goes.
All right.
And we'll see who ate it best.
All right.
Okay. You guys ready?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, lick your lips.
All right, raise your pizza case. Get ready.
We have a split screen shot. By
Dude,
the way, you can watch this on Facebook.
Don't make me laugh.
All right, do what, Marissa? All right, cheers your pizzas.
cheers.
All right, cheers. And
Cheers.
on your mark, get set, and go. All right, here's the first bite.
Oh, my God.
Casey you have to let gravity take effect, right?
Oh my God! Look at Nick.
That's
As if Nick couldn't get any more gross when he ate.
I've been doing that all day. I just missed the end of a word.
I've been having to exert much more force over my enunciation today because I'm falling into that trap as well.
Yeah.
So I'm almost like the rain in Spain level of speech.
Yeah, it's I guess it's contagious, but we're saving it up. We're saving up our good stuff for Thursday.
Like pros do.
For the live broadcast and Christmas Miracle, which we're looking forward to. We'll do more giveaways tomorrow morning. That'll be the last of the giveaways tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's it, because the event is the day after. So holdouts, good luck to you. And WMMR.com, I don't know if there's more chances to win or not, but you can certainly look over there and find out. I would like to thank our guests today. We had an amazing morning. We had a group in here to perform that was absolutely outstanding. It was the Aeolians of Oakwood University, and their conductor was Jeremy Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah. And simply fantastic. This collegiate group, this elite group of singers. We only had 25 of the more than 60 members of the group.
And just the sweetest, energetic, wonderful kids.
Yeah.
I call them kids.
Yeah, I mean, they were so happy to be here, so we were just excited that they had a chance to be here. OakwoodAeolians.com for information. You can also find them on Spotify. Their music is wonderful, so we were really enjoyed that. And Doogie Horner was here. He's taking his third comedy special, Underground Arts Philadelphia, on Thursday night. And we also had our friends from Sweet Brew in Phoenixville. A double clap. 158 Bridge Street in Phoenixville, and they will also be catering the Christmas Miracle on Thursday, too. So it's a wonderful thing. What?
We're good at clapping.
Are we
Yeah, we're okay.
All right, we need to do our letter of the day.
Well, do you want to do? I'm sorry, we have this first.
All right, Tattoos Day.
Now listen, we have a new Tattoos Day song. We're going to take this out for a test spin. Intern James has a band.
Nice.
And they have a new tattoo song.
Okay.
So let me know if you like this.
New tattoo. New tattoo. New tattoo. New tattoo. She's up, pop shell, told her to it up slow. She got me hooked like she's rock and roll. Time after time, it's a road I can't leave her no.
Did this already exist?
No, this is their song.
They wrote this? No, but I mean, did they write this for tattoos?
No. It's just a song of theirs.
All right, we're going to give a new tattoo to Nick Lewicki. Oh, man.
Nick Lewicki?
Lewickyj.
I think you're in the ballpark.
That sounds about right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, who is from Huntington Valley, by the way, we're going to set you up with a $350 gift certificate for Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. And you can find them at 1729 South Street in Philadelphia. For artwork samples, visit floatingworldtattoos.com, or you can check them out on Instagram at Floating World Tattoos. All right, now the letter of the day?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
And the Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
L as in live.
All right, and we will give away on Friday a 4-pack of tickets for the biggest New Year's Eve party in the city, December 31st, Xfinity Live. And tickets include an all-inclusive food and bar package. That's pretty sweet. Live performance by Go-Go Gadget, multiple DJs, karaoke, silent disco, bull riding, midnight celebration, and more. 21 and over event, and tickets are on sale now at xfinitylive.com for all of the information. I will also thank our sponsors. The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by Dunkin'. And the Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also Acme Markets, the official supermarket of Philadelphia Eagles. And Company Ranch. You can visit them at 2636 South Black Horse Pike in Williamstown or at companyranch.com. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll do Fox Good Day. We'll have a secret text word. We're going to have, speaking of our interns who can perform, he's not an intern, but a former staff member. Kyle Mack is going to be by here. He has amassed a group that is playing a show that is it's a tribute to Michael McDonald and his works throughout the various groups that he's played with and solo stuff. And I cannot wait to have him perform live here in our studio.
So he came out to the camp out, and I told him, I said, this could be a big thing for you because that is a great collection of songs to focus in on.
So it's called Minute by Minute, and they'll be at the Landis Theater, and we'll have Kyle and other musicians I think are joining him to perform tomorrow, so it should be pretty sweet. All right, that's it. We're done. Rage on. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.